Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon, and this is the continuation of our playthrough on Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. We are still playing Grim Darkness mode, fingers crossed that keeps going for the whole of the game. And we have finally made it to Dargonus. There has been a lot of interruptions. We've had the whole Void Shadow DLC played out so far. Personal opinion, that needs to be stretched out. The event's happening a bit further down the actual main progress chain. But after having gone through all of that, Nomos isn't quite yet coming alive. He's definitely hinted that he's there. We've had a bit of Nomos, but we haven't quite had a live version of Nomos. But we finally made it to Dargonus. We've done Janus. We've not done too much else. Obviously, I do run around quite a bit. I'm not going to lie. Touched by Holiness, beautiful in Janus. We have nothing going on. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, we've done the top 3. I think I was going to go Bonfires of Righteousness, and that would be Cemetery of the Faithful, I do believe. Plus 5% bonus to the flagship or a Requimator when the wearer kills their target with a melee attack. I mean, I do get reputation with Explorators, but we are pushing Drusians a little bit more, I do believe. We need to get 22,000 reputation with Drusians, which I can happily go and get. Need to get 28,000 for this one. We need a mechanism, because we are definitely going to get this one. So we need to get a mechanism from somewhere. And then we need to get some Drusian reputation, so we'll leave that for a second. Let's go to Dargonus. Actually go and reclaim my capital world. Administratum on Valancia's Palace. We do actually need to pop down to the Administratum. We need to take Jay with us. He has been popped in instead of Pascal. Let's actually take out... Actually say Heinrichs. Let's take Pascal. He is our tech person. We do kind of want him around permanently. We've gone and swapped it now, so we take Pascal instead of Elliot, because I don't know, you just need someone with the skill of logic and tech, and he's got such great boosts from the start that unless you make somebody else who is intelligence based, which I think is very hard, because unless you start hitting a bunch of skills that replace their standard skills with gonna have to turn the streaming, as I was saying though, unless
oh yes, they all will see.
Please follow me. Unless you can replace some of your skills to come off intelligence as opposed to other things. Like, intelligence isn't really much of a skill, it's more of a secondary skill. Push, I mean, because if you take a quick look, intelligence boosts not a lot really. 5% more damage of non-burst ranged area attacks. I mean, yeah, you know, if you're gonna like Argenta, maybe you could make really heavily.
How intriguing.
Adam, I know it hasn't been a full cycle since I was appointed, but please cover for me with the Master of Seals for the Emperor's sake. I completely forgot about one extremely important seal. I'm going to run upstairs to do it. I don't think it will take long. I'll be back within a couple of hours. The nose is covered with a thick layer of dust, just like the table on which it lies. Okay. Steal some goods. Can't steal from yourself, who can you steal from?
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Chronicle of Case. In the Adeptus Administratum that he is the sole heir of House Tantanal and legal sovereign of the northern continent of planet Agona Rex. According to this submission, Elias Tantanal cannot exercise his right to his inheritance, as the wider family tree includes an individual who shares his full legal name. According to the petitioner, this individual is his great-grandfather. Given the loss of documents confirming the death of the second claimant to the inheritance, Elias Tantanal has petitioned for the confirmation of his relative's death and permission for the enactment of inheritance rights.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
Master of Seals. No noble bypassing the queue under the pretext of just wanted to ask. All you Hypon ever want is just to ask. But what about protocol? That's what I'm asking. Who is going to follow protocol? So I paid off a few clerks to let us skip the queue, Shireen. Your time is more important to me than any formalities. Very well, don't just stand there. You're here now, or do you think the Master of Seals has nothing better to do than receive unexpected visitors? Begin entry. Current hour, current turn, current cycle. 41st millennium. You want to know who I am? C.C. von Valancius, sole heir of the rogue trader. The Adora von Valancius. May the throne's radiance guide her path on the other side. Twists a magnificent ocular lens and examines the ledger in front of her. The sole person to publicly assert their claim to be precise. A lady navigator of House Ocelio, whose name and deeds are unknown to me. It says here that von Valancius dynasty has owed your house 1 gold throne for 30 cycles. Here, take this, and I, at last, will mark the matter closed. House Ocelio thanks you for your service, Master of Seals. Of course, I know who is standing before me. It is my job to know. Preceded me as well, esteemed Demar. No, I have received no reports about you. Tabula Official. I take it you are her sponsor. In that case, you must submit a written application in conformity with template 404.01, as well as written permission of the processing and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage. Without it, I cannot issue Mistress Hedera the form for collecting the seals required to obtain the Mercantile Tabula Official, the certificate of an official trade representative. Seals? What seals? We will discuss that when C.C. von Valancius has prepared the primary document. There's only one thing that can kill you here, Dom and C.C., and that is old age. Girl scratched presently on the parchment, but for the first few minutes you obscure phrasing, footnotes, amendments. You are forced to write out the same details over and over about you, the Protector, Theodora von Valancius J, and then also every living person who bears your family name. If you do not know all the required information, you must complete supplementary forms. 1 hour later. Sent form for the processing and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage. Signed forlornly. Written consent. Another hour later. This is what happens with bureaucracy, folks. We've got 2 more people in here now. Protocol executed. Application received. Processed. Approved. The server scroll scribe taps out each word after its mistress' pronouncement. Come on, esteemed Demar. What's that you were saying about seals? You have an uncertified document. Here's your document, Mr. Hedera. Unfortunately, it does not yet have legal force. I can certify it as a sacred Mercantum Tabula Official once it has received 2 seals of approval. They're easy to obtain. The Imperium Court Administratum Servitors have been handling such tasks for over 150 cycles. There's one such servitor here on Dargonus in the Rogue Trader's Palace. The second is duty-bound to keep the seal in the Telecos Epsilon system. Article 79, Amendment 8 of the law on certifying the Mercantum Tabula Official with sponsorship of the bearer of warrant of trade. The sponsoring rogue trader must be present at the placing and certifying of each seal. If the requirement is not met, the document will be deemed invalid. Please do return once you have presented the documents. Okay.
Ha! There will be no peace in my
Why?
wake.
Oh, why? Oh, dear Lord, why did I volunteer to do this? Why, oh why, oh why. The one is in the palace. Get that stamped. The other in a random system. We're not going to take you because I don't think I'll have to. Let's take you back. Let's go visit my palace. Far too hot to drink. Oh. Old spot of tea, and it's what I need this morning. Oh, and here we are. Landing among ceremony and fanfare. Wow. Landing far above ceremony and fanfare by the looks of things. Gotta love how close they let the crowds get to the landing zone. Some of those must have no eyebrows left anymore. Glory to the rogue trader. Yeah, you whisper in her ear. Spread scandalous rumors about me. Announce my arrival, heralds. Mortis. I feel like I need to upgrade a lot of equipment on my people. I think I've not upgraded it since, like, the end of the prologue. The Emperor protects, welcome home, your ladyship. Or, you know, it's like footfall kind of thing at the latest, you know? I feel like I'm due some new equipment. I'm Clementia Wessarian, Court Chancellor of the Von Valancius dynasty. On behalf of all of Dargonus, please accept my deepest condolences on the untimely passing of Theodora von Valancius. Her departure is a terrible blow to us all, but as one star expires, another always flares to life. And although still overcome with bitterness and grief, your subjects hope that you will become the trade dynasty's guiding light in these trying times. Kelly Scalander, Secretary of the Administration Department, I hope your journey to Dargonus was not darkened by unwanted troubles. Uneventful, thank you. Does your ladyship wish to survey the grounds, or perhaps you could state your curiosity by answering any questions you might have? Governor Urban Drivestem has been notified of your arrival at Dargonus and will visit the palace shortly. Preparations for the official visit are well in hand, but your ladyship still has plenty of time before the meeting. You say your last name was? You heard correctly, your ladyship. I am of House Wessarian, Lord Abelard's granddaughter and direct descendant. Good old Abe. The succession of service is an effective good. It grants new generations understanding of their function within the mechanism. Apologies, your ladyship. Governor drives some treasures on the other side of the world by the Administratum Palace of Dargonus. He sent word as soon as you entered the system, but it takes time to travel the great distances of your domain. Chancellor Wessarian appears unruffled, but you cannot shake the thought that the governor's lateness is a subtle political gesture designed to test the limits of what is acceptable when it comes to interacting with a new rogue trader. You're very close just down the hall. That is where the study and the audience chamber are. Lady Theodora's study has remained locked since her last departure, but on account of your arrival, we've arranged for it to be tidied up. It is ready whenever you may need it. But I have a request to make. Perhaps before the meeting takes place, Illustrious Lord Captain could spare a few minutes for a conversation with me. I am certain that you will find my report on the state of affairs in the Von Valancius Protectorate most useful. Alright, let's wander around a bit. Talk to Achilles. Let's also, as I said, let's wander around a bit. Toss a coin.
Is that?
I don't know. What have I found? What have I found? Got a shady character. I've got some goods. Got. I don't know. What did you find? What did you just ping me for? Oh, right on the surface, right here. I think this is it. Goods. Head of Kiavagama's delegation. The Omnissiah bless the Von Valancius dynasty. Aristocrat and a shady character. Oh. 75%. Not bad. We are 100% on our own here because all of our companions wander off somewhere else. Hello, shady character. Step back outside. What's outside? Glory to the great rogue trader. Yeah, you're damn right. Aristocrat. A beautiful picture. Can we zoom in and have a look? It looks like the top of a glorious ceremony and parade. Very nice. Confessors. Law of Imperium. Standing upon the altar is an ancient image of Saint Macarius. Its regal frame is covered in marks. Relic was claimed in a battle on a remote and forgotten world. Very nice. Oh, look at this one. Ready for battle against the enemy. Beautiful ceremony on a world. Very nice pictures on some of these. Orca to Tech Priest. Oh. Go to the Rogue Trader. Burn down your enemies. Yada yada yada. Ship. Von Valencia's Bridge. More aristocrats. Couple of relics. In the middle we have not too much. Okay, not much going on out here. Good. Don't need opening. Much more aristic. Oh, Kibla! I've heard so much about your benevolent deeds. It is an honor to speak with you. What? Idle questions are getting in the way of my watch. I don't think I can make them leave. Fight today! A little bit Starship Troopers coming out of that poster. You done today what your worlds need for you tomorrow. Something along those lines anyway. Let's go into my palace. There's a servitor I have to find. I sure I can find it without J next to me. Aristocrats. The warden here. Whom, yes, come to greet me. Let me inform you of the location of the chambers of your dynastic estate. The main throne room is up the stairs and straight ahead. Your subject clearly scanned and informed me. He humbly awaits the opportunity to meet you there. If you wishes to rest after a long journey, then your personal chambers are up the stairs and on the right. Ooh, he can point just in case I don't know my left and right. That's useful. Your soul desires, I'll be right next to your chambers, eagerly awaiting your orders. I'm inquired of the servitor. Goods. Like, do I literally just have to poke up a random servitor and be like, hey, have you got a seal? Or are they going to be nice enough to name him something else in this grand scheme of madness? I hope so, because... Oh, this is the guy that, in case I want anything else, at your service, ladyship. Let's open my door to my personal chambers.
A tantalizing anomaly.
Oh, we've got a pair of breeze catcher boots. Whenever the wearer moves through a cell occupied by an enemy, the wearer gains 50% dodge until against that enemy attacks until the wearer's next turn. Okay, I assume that's going to have to be paired with slash. I don't see any other way that I'm... Mantelpiece, which was likely left by a glass. I don't see any other way I'm moving through a cell of an enemy. Although, there might be another way further on. Look at that, beautiful. I think that's actually the same picture as... Or very similar to a picture that's downstairs. Chances of opening my own safe, 60%. Beautifully done. Ooh, we've got a multi-melter. I get to look over my glorious protectorate. Either that or I just get a beautiful image of myself staring off into the distance from my balcony above the world. No, we are going to turn. Okay. My glorious, glorious capital world. That building looks a bit church-like. Could just be a building in the Gothic style. But it definitely looks a bit Gothic church-like. And if I come this way, open a door, step right in. Find myself my secret room, which yes, of course, I knew existed. Myself some goods, some of which may or may not technically be legal. But hey, I am a rogue trader. It's what happens. Clearly, this is definitely where I kept my stash. Oh. These gloves grant the wearer plus 10 bonus to tech use. They also increase damage of plasma weapons by plus 3. Very nice. When the wearer hits an ally with an area attack, the wearer gains plus 1 stack of zealot effect until the end of combat. Zealot, the wearer deals 10% damage with their area attacks for each stack of the zealot effect. Let us sit down. The mic quiet and almost homely. Perhaps your predecessor used it when she sought complete solitude. Listen to the muted melody coming from the Vox speaker. You can easily imagine Theodore reading a book with a glass of expensive wine in hand. Vision of the past. I told you about. She said Theodore's favorite wine was Flame of Purity. From the dim light like liquid gold, its tangy flavors burns your throat, leaving behind a spicy, bitter, biting aftertaste. You hear a short, faint hum as an unseen motor stirs into motion. Change the music. Several Vox symphonies. You recognize the melody that is playing right now. It is the first of a 36 parts of the Symphony of Honor and Duty. Speaks momentarily, goes louder, filling the entire room, then goes back to normal, seemingly without change. Don't tell me I can fail this. And with Theodora's data that has been restored using your calculator is the phrase Litanies of the Motive Force. It is the title of one of the books here. Trigger book, a hidden button in its spine clicks under your finger. Who responds to your actions with a quiet grinding sound, and a small nook reveals itself in the nearby wall. Inside you find a data bank bearing the Von Valancius coat of arms. Done. We have our data bank from Dargonus. Strange object lies in the glass of the display case. The complete absence of explanatory labels makes it impossible to understand what it is. Thought it maybe was a model of a ship, actually, to be honest. Bed for the head of the Rogue Trader Dynasty is befitting the status of its owner. It is a pretty glorious looking bed, eh? I think I possibly slightly popped through this wall just then and heard some grunting of a servitor. Greetings, your ladyship. Got any seals? No. Warden. Gas, aristocrat, goods, locked. Compliments on your taste of art. The collection here is extensive and most interesting. Yes, I did it personally. We are running out of tech use keys. We are unlocking everything, however, which is great. Warden. Servitor.
What curiosity unveils itself before me?
Curiosity does unveil itself before me. What have we just gone and found? Some goods here. Like we walk into an argument. Mr. Hideo, my patience is not easily exhausted, but you're coming very close. I assure myself again, no, I will not be issuing you any seal, not in exchange for your honest word, nor for a bribe. Glory to the great rogue trader. I don't want you trying to bribe people. Like, I'm sponsoring her. It's very strange. I can see the family resemblance with Abelard now. You cannot see farther than your own nose. My dear Clementia, it wasn't a bribe, it was a gift. Now about that seal. Yes, of course. I'm not bribing you, I'm giving you a gift. If the seal we'll talk about afterwards, completely unrelated. Rogue trader, decide. Such an ugly scene, but might I ask that you rein in Mistress Hidara and put a stop to her inflammatory actions towards me? As exalted one is my witness, Shireen. I've tried everything I could to spare you any unnecessary headache over the seals for the Mercatum Tabula Officiale. I even showed this aid with a temper worse than a sandstorm, the certificate with your signature. But your Chancellor merely kept batting me away with her flail of baseless denials. I suspect that the reason for this has nothing to do with my humble personage. Oh no, this isn't about me at all. Diplomacia's face until the latter finally looks away. I see. Well, Chancellor, will you tell us yourself, or should I help you? I'm afraid that my words may anger your ladyship. Commander lowers her head in shame as if offering it up to be removed from her shoulders. The seal you're looking for was lost over a quarter of a century ago. Her ladyship, Theodora von Valancius, ordered a new one to be delivered from the Imperium, but, as you well know, we are long away from the Holy Terror, and with warp storms ravaging the Cronus Expanse, we have been unable to receive a replacement to this day. The one responsible was punished promptly and harshly. Theodora von Valancius ordered to have the malefactor dealt with accordingly. Servitude in perpetuus, your ladyship. He now performs his duties to the Imperium without reservation or error. However, one of the worlds under Caligos Winterscale's rule, like Dargonus, was granted the honor of keeping the sacred sigils of the Administratum. The archives of House von Valancius mention 3 systems that are presently under control of House Winterscale. Those would be the Forgotten Twins, Langren's Belt, and the Nameless Star. I am confident the Administratum Palace is located on one of the planets there. We have a better chance of finding the seal in the pocket of some rich collector or fence than on a remote world owned by one of your rivals. I suggest we make contact with any traders we may encounter in our travels. People in my line of work tend to have a good eye for such things. There is every possibility that someone has waited their whole life to return the great relic to its rightful owner. Something I must discuss with the Chancellor in private. By all means, Shireen, I dare not waste any more of the precious balm that is your time on matters related to me. If I may excuse myself. You may. For your responsibilities. To put it simply, I am a trade representative. Any and all decrees, deals, official communications, and meetings are first reviewed by me and then forwarded to you and from you down the hierarchy. My purview also includes overseeing your ladyship's property, the palace, the estates, the many gardens, and other dimensions on Dargonus that you have inherited from Lady Theodora. Whenever you are present on Dargonus, consider me your personal secretary. Could it be that you've found the lost seal, your ladyship, or have you perhaps brought a copy from a distant Winterscale world? You tell me about Dargonus. All deals and important decisions are made here in the capital. Many years ago, an ancestor of Lady Theodora signed an agreement with the Adeptus Administratum, which allowed for efficient management of the world and neighboring systems. In accordance with the decree, a share of the planet's population was assigned to the Administratum and converted into servitor scribes. They now toil across the entire world. Dargonus is also a seat of several noble families who run all the major planets in the Protectorate. May I express my not so humble opinion? They care very little about who exactly stands at the helm. Those piranhas think only about their own profits just as much as they do about the prosperity of the Protectorate itself, if not more. And lastly, Dargonus has its own fleet, a luxury unavailable to the vast majority of worlds in your realm. In addition to warships, the Protectorate also employs privateer ships, which are used to transport cargo between worlds. Unfortunately, not at this time, your ladyship, after the few representatives of the Adeptus Astra Telepathica on Dargonus went into a frenzy. Some of the psychers were tragically pacified by their respective authorities. Since then, communication with the neighboring systems has been unreliable at best. Thanks be to the Master of Mankind that you managed to find your way to the capital. For many centuries, an intricate hierarchy has formed within the ruling elite of Dargonus. Great houses do more than plunder your treasury. It is replenished to a large degree thanks to their administrative work and their lands. Naturally, you can get rid of anyone whom you consider surplus to requirements, but right now, you threaten the fragile stability that is currently holding the Protectorate together. Are there any other issues? Apart from the disrupted communications, Dargonus was recently raided by enemies of humanity. However, the fleet under the command of Captain Marthius Wassarian triumphed over the accursed Xenos. If you ask my opinion on this matter, we have the situation completely under control. Catch her avoiding your gaze for just a moment. For the first time, it's obvious that Clementia is looking out for her house's good name. But despite the confidence in her tone, you can tell that she does not entirely believe her own words. Bum 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 bum. Urban Drive's Deem is a well-respected man, and not just on Dargonus, but throughout the Protectorate. For many centuries, his house has supported the capital's administratum and logistics between the Von Valancius systems. Blah, 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 blah. No, I don't believe I feel either, your ladyship. Your clenched visibly, she speaks in a polite but clipped manner, clearly flustered by your insight. We have different views on how to run a world. We sometimes have discussions over the laws that are enacted. Both work for the good of the Von Valancius Protectorate. That much can be said without a doubt. Achilles Scalander. Why? Not at all, your ladyship. Secretary Scander is an outstanding individual and a loyal servant of the von Valancius dynasty. Lady Theodora's absence, we collaborated on a number of issues related to the well-being of your domain, and he has proven himself quite capable. The governor can wait a little longer. I must warn you, your action or inaction may interpret in a certain way. Now, if your ladyship will excuse me. Hey, he turned up late. He will wait. He will wait. Galanda, you wanted a conversation. Here, she's in good health. She sends her regards to you, as well as her wishes for your swift return. As long as the stars shine in the sky, my vigil continues. So it does. Your insight serves credit, rogue trader. Then again, I expected nothing less from Theodora von Valancius' successor. Now introduce Achilles Scalander properly. In addition to his duties as Secretary of the Administratum, he acts as an agent of the Golden Throne under my aegis. Allow me once again to express my deepest condolences. I can track down and destroy all of von Conrad's accomplices on the capital world. You know anything that has become of him? But his treason reached Argonis too late. He came to the planet, did a bunch of stuff. Of course, you're supposed the best to skin alive any who showed signs of doubt. Protectorate, I've already forwarded all official reports to your Seneschal. As for the conversation we're having right now, I wouldn't trust any paper or data slate with its context. Have mercy. Perfectly well done in this political environment. You, however, have only just arrived to capital world. Frankly, the nobles are much like the nobles on the post worlds, are akin to spiders. Are well respected, rich. We have the drive stems, Gaprax, and Sourabacks. I should also mention the Wissarians. Drive stems are the ancient governor house of Dargonus. Predictably, the greater the wealth of the Von Valancius Protectorate, the fuller their coffers grow. Seem to have the misfortune of regularly falling victim to Xenos raids. I find that's always a little too advantageous for the drive stems. The closer an official is to the rogue trader, the braver and safer they feel. Just to remind everyone that rubbing shoulders with Xenos is heresy that can be overlooked only in the case of the Von Valancius heir, not her servant. Wonder who he's alluding to. What makes the Gaprax special? Forge World, and among distant relatives, there are many servants of the Omnissiah. Oversaw the industrial shipments within the protectorate of racing ever since your communication with Gavagam was severed. Gaprax, Gavagama. House Sourback. Doing distillation factories to produce promethium. And Sourback families have been prone to overly liberal statements about the Von Valancius dynasty. Arians are a line founded by Lady Theodora's Seneschal, and as such are normally considered nobility, at least from the standpoint of the Imperial Navy. The other families don't see them as equal. Assyrians are responsible for the capital world's fleet. You are naturally rather than you're right, rogue trader, but remember that this will cause the multi-layered bureaucratic system of Dargonus, of your entire protectorate, in fact, to come apart at the seams. I would hold off on the death sentences, act with restraint and wisdom. Present for you all to see sufficient proof of the unwanted house's guilt. Don't mistake me, mass executions are one way to solve your problems. This time, the concerns many reasons my presence on this planet, Xenos and the threat they pose. It's been difficult for the people who report to me. My eyes and ears scattered throughout the Cornus Expanse, warped surfaces, astral paths overcome with madness, ships disappearing in the Immaterium. I must establish communication with some key individuals. Apply with intelligence on where and when the Xenos will strike next. I do not let Governor Dyson will beg for your protection against the Xenos, and in this fight, the information from my contacts will serve you well. What are your responsibilities? I'm afraid I can't disclose that to you. In short, I collect and investigate reports of heresy. Establish contact with many of my agents. It's probably limited, your ladyship. All my attention has been focused on tracking Xenos activity. Tell me about Xenos. The residents of the local systems are no strangers to skirmishes with the enemies of humanity. Drukhari, humanity's ancient insidious foes. Be vigilant of your travels. You can track a rogue trader's ship. Other questions to ask. Take my leave. A few minutes ago, Governor Driveston has arrived at court. Left to notify her that you are ready to see Urbend and the dialogue. Door open here. We have some more goods. No, don't close the door. Keep yourself down. Go to my Wojciech bridge and the ship from out here as well. Have personal shuttle that goes straight to the palace, as it should be. Oh, Abelard. He's down here too. That's interesting. Alright, well I think I've pretty much seen everybody. None of my companions generally want to talk to me at these points. Governor is waiting on the periphery of the palace. Please let me know when you would like to see him. Sharp gaze and impeccable straight back, the composure. For a moment you feel like you're looking at a younger version of Abelard himself, not his heir. Judging by the scars on the exposed parts of her body, Clementia saw her fair share of combat prior to assuming the position of Chancellor. You'll arrange for him to be escorted to your study. 20th in her line, rogue trader, keeper of the sacred warrant, ruler of the Cronus Expanse, blah 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 blah. Please accept my deepest condolences. Okay, that looks like Keebler on the top. I don't quite recognize the one. I think that's Abelard. Haven't seen him too much in this playthrough, so he's not the easiest to recognize. Be difficult to recover from the loss. Citizens of Dragonis and the entire protectorate grieve alongside you. Blah, 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 blah. Glances at Keebler anxiously, then immediately averts his gaze. He then looks at her again, but when Keebler lets out a grim chuckle and stretches her lips daubed in fresh blood into a petrifying grin, the governor turns away from her sharply, all but squealing in fear. My subjects rejoice my arrival instead. These essential traditions, sacred customs, and rules. Morning ceremony, then so be it. Perhaps in the purview installed by Lady Theodora cares not for sacred traditions of our founding ancestors. The descent of the true children of Gonos, it behoves the ruler world to honor its customs. You honor traditions, as you will, your ladyship. Team CC, Lady Theodora was a strong leader. We'll follow her example. Let's carry where she no longer can lead the Von Valencius dynasty. Won't be easy task to accomplish. Some time ago, the Ashtraps of Dragonis flew into a rage. You guys restore an ability to speak with neighboring worlds, but the contacts are still weak. Given the vast majority of ships in the Dragonis Navy travel without relying on the services of navigators. Without your engagement, the well-being of the Von Valencius dynasty and subjects is currently at risk. Visited the capital some time ago. He did not request a personal meeting. A heretic, you say. Now I see where all the whispering in the corridors has come from. Theodora's sudden death was a blow to everyone of us, and the absence of any sort of verifiable and complete information about successor gives ground. Naturally, none would dare challenge you by custom. True boon to protectorate and such, some might heed his words. Of course, going to go Iconoclast. The ruler should never bow their attendants, or some might see it as a show of weakness. We are troubled by the fate of the Agrial genus, and that supplied Dragonis and other planets with foodstuffs. Quebec is perturbed by the lost communication with the industrial world, but if you want to know my opinion, the world that deserves your attention the most is the penal word Phoebos 6. Doesn't your house happen to own the extraction stations there? Your ladyship, I beg you, do not interpret my words in an attempt to influence your decision in any way. We'll need to make haste to find new supplies elsewhere and arrange new shipments, and in these troubling times they run the risk of delays and other most tragic mishaps. Problems in my absence. Inheritor of such well-respected bloodline could not handle whatever befallen her. The situation must have it indeed extraordinary indeed. Come to ruinous powers, she's dead. When you resolve an unwavering severity, death to the enemies of humanity. Where to begin? Otherworldly beasts are not an uncommon sight in Cronus Expanse. We have a menace to the worlds and the more for decades. You show no signs of fear of attacks, either damaging them due to your outright gutting them. Only you have the power to stop this madness. We are in the process of restoring Aspect Choir of Dragonis. Luckily, we were forced to slay. Luckily, we were forced to slay only some of the deranged psychers. I hope Master Scalander will keep his word and offer you his support in the war against the Xenos. There's in particular concern in the last few cycles, which is the more reason to discover the colony's fate. Terrorized by enemies of humanity, Xenos carrying out rapid strikes. Now to the issues on smaller scale. There is a certain degree of tension in the capital due to the unorthodox succession, the Sacred Warrant. I have prepared a list of minor houses that have demonstrated seemly discomposure at your succession. What is to be done about them? Command the spinners of the Bloodspawn web, and they will set a fine snare of retribution. We will whisper names, and that whisper will drown out violent, insolent voices. Just burden to the Bloodspawn web. We done Domin Cece, let the sacrament of the hunt commence. To bring the all houses into line for years to come, your leadership will make them fear not only blasphemous words, but also their own shadows. And one last thing, your inauguration, the bearer of the Sacred Warrant, is but a matter of time. I would like to inquire about one crucial detail. I imagine you are intending to uphold the centuries-old tradition, bolstered by an equally long-lasting friendship, being represented on Dargonus by one of the noble houses. I presume that, as before, this duty will be recorded to House Drivestep. I think I'm going to give it to the Wasarians again. I'm not going to give it to Drivestep. I don't like him. He's overstepping his bounds. House Soabak and House Gaprak. One has fuel stations. None of them actually have anything to do with Janus, which is interesting. Therians. I will not fail you. Good. I must remind you that the Wasarians whose lineage trace back to a Navy officer are not of Dargonus nobility. Shemira, your commands, most gracious rogue trader, thank you for your time. Until you deal with the pressing issues, the ceremony will have to be postponed. Many trade routes are still unavailable. The central walls of the Valencia Protectorate are going through a crisis. If Void observers are to be believed, it will prevent important guests from reaching the capital. Thank you for your time. Since duty calls, I should take my leave. The Emperor's grace be with you. Okay. So, I'm assuming I have to do Kiava Gamma then. Collector of stolen goods. Helicos Epsilon. Secrets of the Cult. Kiava Gamma. Aldari in distress. Blades of the Void. A concentrated scanner of the Xenos race may have struck the penal world of Vibos 6. That's about information. We have to go to Kiava Gamma. Race to the top. Cost me my adamantine. I don't want to do that. My Promethium we were thinking about. My Xenotech I'm not going to go and spend on that. So let's have a quick run down here. Let's have speak to my secretary, whose house I am elevating. Then going to be finished with your physical and mental state. I understand the Edge Protectorate must have her hands full. Right, so it doesn't actually say what's stopping me. I assume I have to go and deal with Kiava Gamma first. Which makes sense. Which does make sense. And I did do this planet last. Ah, damn it. I have a ship upstairs I could have just used. Let's jump back in. My apologies. Going through too many loading screens. Not paying attention to what I'm doing. But, I was saying, yeah, last time I did this playthrough, I did do Dargonus last, and it all proceeded straight through. Like I said, no. So I am assuming I have to go and do Kiava Gamma first. I'm assuming I have to connect everybody to Dargonus before we move on. Back to the palace. Then we'll jump to my bridge. I have a data slate to put in Nomos. Now look what rumors are popping up where. Yeah. Potential of a winter scale planet to go and visit for a seal. I have the go. Turn to the ship, to the Void Ship Bridge. Long live the Rogue Trader, you're damn right. Long live the Rogue Trader, never to die whatsoever. That's the call we need. That is the call we need. If we can get this Grim Darkness playthrough done all the way through. I hope so, you know, as well, because it's pretty rough, you know, because like a playthrough of this, I mean, I feel like it's a good like 100 hours if you don't speedrun it. If you do it, I think my first playthrough was close to like 60 to 100 hours. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. This playthrough, I'm, you know, expecting to be a little bit shorter because I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm also fast forwarding some conversations, etc. So if we come down here to Dargonus databank to the tech priest, access the data from Dargonus, Nom-Os stab true, epitaph. I can receive Theodore von Valencia's personal notes. I lost the databank from Dargonus. Data deleted. There's a good start. Rogue Trader, like a lackey, it is humiliating experience to put the part of an errant servant to an imperious madman vested within even greater power than that of a Rogue Trader. Alas, when one side of the scale holds my pride and the other the fate of the Von Valanci's protectorate to my entire bloodline, choice becomes a futile illusion. It would be far too naive of me to not prepare for the worst. Epitaph will declare the future of the Expanse as a whole, but I have some time at my disposal until then. Heirs with the Von Valancia's blood and them will soon be located and brought to me. I cannot afford to delay the choice of my successor any longer. Let us come across to my man. 3 bonus to tech use, 10 bonus to tech use. Beautiful. Damage of plasma weapons by +3, which is what I am using. A plasma pistol. We also got a cloak when an wearer hits an ally with the area attack. Really shouldn't be going for that. I can equip a multi-melter. Does a bit of extra damage. It's a single shot. It has very short range, actually. The largest type of melter weapon, usually only employed by the Adeptus Astartes or mounted upon Imperial vehicles. I, however, can simply carry it on a Macandrite arm. Maybe? I mean, 60% armor penetration is not bad. My plasma weapons, however, have gone up to 18 to 22, but that still doesn't quite cut it. We are going to put the multi-melter on. We have the strength to hold it now. So look at the size of it. It's ridiculous. That is, look at it. Bigger than Pascal. How does it even fall over? I feel like I should have an unbalanced trait right now. 2 cells occupied by an enemy. Now, we don't really have anyone with a slash ability, so we won't be worrying about that. Flame weapon proficiency. I could make him a flamer efficient kind of a guy. That's not a terrible idea. I mean, intelligence. Although that actually works with a melter area attack as well. %5 more damage with non-burst ranged area attacks. For each point of an intelligence bonus. So he's currently got 30% extra damage with something like a melter or a flamer. Now that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. See what I mean? This is why making him actually the versatility character. I've forgotten what the archetype is. It was an option for me to make Heinrichs into one. But like I said, I've forgotten what the archetype is off the top of my head. The name of it. But he is perfect for it. You get him a bit of dual wield. He goes around with the Omnissiah's axe and his multi-melter. I mean, his ballistic skill, admittedly, is low, so he's probably got a high chance of dodge. But we get his... I would say then we're going to focus on perception. You get his perception up, because that's 50-50 with agility anyway, and we're not a dodge character. Admittedly, it means we have a bit of lower initiative, but that's fine. Because, you know, it's half perception, half agility for his melee dodge, so really doesn't matter. So you up his perception. Like I said, got a pretty good character for the versatility bonuses. And anyway, let's move on. So that is that. We're going to simply jump straight back into the map. I feel like we should have a conversation with a few people, maybe, but we'll delay that for a little bit. Oh, hello. Turbo news from Dargonis, Lord Captain. A subsidiary Hive City, Siphone 84249, has been destroyed in a series of cascading failures. Production has halted and millions of people have broken their vows of obedience and are fleeing. Many of them are perishing in the wastelands and overloading the transport lines leading to the neighboring hives. The surrounding residential sectors are becoming increasingly agitated by the influx of refugees. What is your directive regarding the disturbances of these refugees? This is literally a colony event, I believe. Open the gate, we get complacency -1. All of the following are required. We swap a provision and we get increases enemy critical damage by -15%. That's not bad at all. Efficiency +1. Grants the rogue trader and their allies +2 momentum for each human enemy killed in battle. What did this one get? Rogue trader gains +1 deflection and 3% hit chance. That's just me, and that's not really what I'm going to go for. I'm going to what say my advisors. I'm going to see if we can get anything better. The death of Achilles' agent troubles me. It may not be a coincidence. If the cause of the disaster can be concretely established, I would avoid letting refugees into other hives. There may be saboteurs among them. Bid us to face often cruel strokes of fate with dignity. If empires do not wish to accept the unfortunate victims of this tragedy, then let the victims themselves teach those living in the hives a lesson in resilience and humility. Camps to survive out in the wastelands and establish a community of proud, desert-dwelling martyrs. Again, efficiency +1, and we get the Wasteland Prayer. That is... On this, simply we get this for free, and the allies gain +2 momentum for each human enemy killed in battle. I want to get -15% critical damage. Simply doesn't cost me any provisions. 2 hours and 24 minutes have passed. Seems rather specific. Darien is burdened with poor souls coming to the villages and preaching them about the righteousness of hard work. Even chose to stay in the camps permanently, where the desert cults of the Aconite martyrs have begun to gather around them, glorifying the Lord Captain for granting them the right to suffer for the glory of the God Emperor. You're welcome. Von Valencia's throne room, Administratum, Von Valencia's palace. What do we have to do here? Find the seal on Dargonis. It'll be done here? A little bit confused. Restoration. Profit factor -1, but everyone gets a +1 to their stats, and that is across everybody, and we get 3 times people. Again, nobility is perfection. The rogue trader gains 5 bonus to all their skills. Ooh, I'm feeling that one. Take 2 people. Complacency and profit factor also go up. Profit factor goes up, security goes down, we get chemicals, weapons, and efficiency. And ooh, we do get a mechanism, which I am holding out for, but no, I want +5 to all of my skills. Go and grab that. Simply get people ×4. We'll go and grab that very happily. This costs 3 people. How many people do we have? 3. We get places go down, efficiency and provisions go up. Cost some people, efficiency goes up. Reputation with Casablanca mission. We want that more than Fellowship of the Void. This does get me Zealot, which is rubbish. Casablanca gets me the Ashen Breath. That's not bad, actually. Fortunately, we've just decided to stop using Iliad. We get a profit factor 3, though, which is always useful. Gains Pirate's Bane feature, 5 critical hit chance against pirates. And we get our escort ship. That is 100% happening. Imperial Navy reputation also, +5,000. Gains Master Raider, 20% scrap from winning space battles. And, oh, we get an escort ship from then anyway. By a pirate frigate. But no, we want our Imperial Navy reputation. So we definitely want that. And we'll probably be getting sorted goods. Sorry, Casablanca auction. Probably be getting. These are all quite nice. I like how they pretty much don't cost me anything. As for my other worlds, can I? I don't think I can. Kind of need to, because we want bonfires of the righteousness for a start. We do need a weapon. We need some more complacency and efficiency. And we do need that mechanism. No. Yes. Maybe. No, we need Drusian's reputation. Yes, Drusian's reputation. We need 22,000. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Janice, we need Drusian reputation. And a mechanism. Back to the bridge. I'm going to double check as well on my quest log. I Get the seal on Dargonus or take the seal to Dargonus? Like, what exactly is it trying to tell me to do? I feel like there's no longer a seal on Dargonus unless it's literally somewhere. I mean, I did find that dust-covered note that said they were going to grab the seal, and they haven't returned yet. I don't know. I feel like maybe there's a clue in that somewhere. Maybe there's a clue in that. Let us... Rumors, contracts... Well, we're not going to go to Xenotech. Prometheum. Very tempted. I'm not too worried about not having too much profit factor at this point. Mundus Valentius. Clementia Wassarian must be in charge of the Administratum Servitor. Like I said, there was that note. Anyway, so we need 22,000 reputation with the... Whoops, go to inventory. With the Drusians. Chronicle of Case. The northern continent of the planet Ergona Rex. Uncertified document, yes, but no, what I want is this. Elam, I know it hasn't been a full cycle since I was appointed, but please cover for me with the Master of Seals for the Emperor's sake. I completely forgot about one extremely important seal. I'm going to run upstairs to do it. I don't think it will take long. I'll be back within a couple of hours. Elam. No, this is a servant. This is INS Tantum Field of Declaration. So who's Elam? I'll be going back to the Administratum office very briefly. But hang on, no, let's come across and let's get our 22,000 with the Drusians. Let's check our Imperial Navy. Can I gain any reputation? No, I cannot. And so that means we don't have any tradable goods. The Drusians, I need 22,000. There's an extra 5,000 to be had, basically. Right. No sorting. Type and ascended. Hide untradable. Let's grab some fuel. Got plenty of armor kits. We've actually got so many armor kits. 2,000. We haven't got too many provisions. We've got quite a lot of holy gifts. Chuck in a couple of those. Yeah, we do need to put this up to 5,000. Quite a lot of holy gifts. That's good. Jewelry. I don't think, going to give these guys. Let's chuck in some miscellaneous. Why not? Chuck in one more holy gift. We have to reach 22,000 something. This might just be enough. 22,600. Forget the exact... multi-key. I need some of those. And some flipping melter charges, to be honest. When the wearer hits an enemy with a melee attack, the wearer is initially against 5 temporary wounds. Take that, of course. Deathlord Origin Carapace, Light Enforcer Armor. It is light armor. Each enemy killed by the wearer's area attacks increases the wearer's damage by plus 3% until the end of combat. All very much. Come to here. Foulstone Project. Cemetery of the Faithful. Reputation good. It was a low 2,000. Blocks Hallowed Railway, which gets me this and Exploratory Reputation, but that's fine. We'll get 2,500 with Drusians. Placency +1 across the board, and my flagship will gain 5 bonus to evasion. That will put me up to about... I'll be on about 25,000. But to get this... this one? Oh. Science of Virtue? Yes. I need 28,000, so I still need an extra 3,000 with the Drusians. So we are still going to have to push that up. If we come to my inventory, my good old man, old you. Go and give you that camaraderie badge. Area attacks. I'm very tempted actually for this guy. The wearer's ranged attacks inflict 8 levels of bleeding on their... No, we'll keep that in fact. Light armor. As compared to what I'm wearing, I feel like I'm more of a dodge than an armor character, if I'm honest. Plus 10% dodge against human enemies, world property, plus 10 agility. 10% armor against melee attacks. Against his wearer, 2 to deflection and 20% armor against fire damage, as well as immunity to burning. Okay, no, we'll keep what she's got. Then light armor for anybody. Again, though, Death World. Hang on, if we go to my characters, I don't think any of my characters are Death World. Summary, features, talents. I'm a Hive World. She's middle of nowhere. She is unknown. Imperial World, there you go. He doesn't count. He is going to be Imperial World, I think. Imperial World. Avalard is Imperial World. You are, I think, Imperial World. Everybody's just an Imperial World. He's, of course, going to be Forge. She is going to be, there you go, Unknown. I would have thought Voidborn, if anything. She'll be, what is she? She is Forsaken World, not a Death World, and she is Voidborn. I have no Death World characters. It's interesting how, I don't know, I feel like there's not much of a mix there. I understand they all have to have backgrounds and they have to make sense, but everybody pretty much is Imperial. Anyway, no Death World characters, so unless, I mean, let's have a quick look. People like Idira. Armor does go up by a lot. Dodge penalty does not happen. Base property 5% dodge if the wearer's agility is 40 or more, which it is. 10% dodge against human enemies. It's a bit of a mix. 5 overall over 10 against humans. World property 10 agility does not exist. You know what, let's go for it. Let's equip that armor. It is a nice boost to actual armor percentage from 25 because her size skin, to be honest, is very out of date at 25% armor. You're much higher than that because you're on a good 35%. I think even thinking about it, even Jay was outdoing her. That was a mistake. Anyway, so the size skin can go to cargo. I can go to cargo now. 2% armor against warp damage. Keep hold of it for now. First melee attack. For the wearer's area attacks, increase the wearer's damage by 3% until the end of combat. What is Cass wearing? Whoever killed the wearer increases their critical hit chance by 5% until the end of combat. No, we'll keep that actually. So, yeah. Looking good. Okay. Okay, now let's go. Cronus expands. I think I can find the seal on our own world. Someone called Elam. Who is Elam? No. Elam was covering for him. Who was Elam covering for? Who did Elam used to work in the Administratum with? And admittedly, until I have my ceremony and potentially find everybody, because I do remember from the last playthrough, one of the drive stems works here. Was it in fact Elam that's gone and my eyes and mind failing me, or did the rogue trader's shoulder just brush against me? No, you're mistaken.
What lies beyond?
Piece of paper on the floor, that should be picked up. Come on now, people. Officer of the Administratum. Goods Master of Seals, not Master of Seals, and thought it was the Good Master of Seals. 2,836 Terran cycles, entries mentioning planet found, including copies, entries mentioning planet found, including copies. A full list confirmed by the Adeptus Terror of all planetary objects located within the territory of the illustrious Von. The Administration decrees that any mentioned planetary object must be replaced with. Governor of planetary object must pay the tithe for the proceeding within a period of no more than 50 Terran cycles. Oh, wow. Sent to the Department Monitorium, recommending that the department conduct its own internal inventory investigation to determine whether the planetary object has fulfilled its sacred obligation. Provide recruits for the Astra Militarum. Yikes. Master of Seals. What you needed me to do. Oversee this section. I can't find out who Elam is, and potentially then who...
They will see.
Okay.
Oh yes, they all
So I think...
will see.
There's people behind this door. Can I come in here? Is Elam in here? Hey, has anybody seen Elam? Looking for an Elam. I need to know who his mate is so I can find out who stole my seal, because I think it was Elam's mate. Okay, so let's boogie on out of here. Map the Iconoclast Expanse. Let's continue our journey forward into the greater unknown. After basically being told that we're not allowed to relays to Heriox Rim Station. Torture path to Phoebo 6. Save the Eldari survivors. Sure, let's start going north then. More travel. I'm not going to do Phoebo 6. Afterwards, when the authors reveal the presence of countless bloated larvae consuming his brain. Like I said, I'm not going to do Phoebo 6 yet. I'm going to do Kiava Gamma first. I'm just going to jump up and maybe find some Eldari survivors. So we have on our planets of this system. Oh, we have Bones in the Desert. After analyzing the Orca data, the officers were surprised to discover that the planet was once covered with oceans. Long ago, an unknown cataclysm caused the seas to dry out and turn the world into a lifeless desert. The most amazing discovery of all was the skeletal remains of colossal oceanic organisms, some large enough to be seen from orbit. Okay. Just a little tale about how we can all die in horrible cataclysmic events. I don't get it. Begin scan. Long trip across the open expanse of the system. Nothing on this lava world either. I haven't read about burning worlds in Pandora. It is said the fires here have been raging for close to a century, though no one knows how. How long has this one been burning? Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Scan. And nothing in this savannah world either. Okay, back to the map. Let's scan for more navigable routes. Sure, that's a word. English, why not? And let's see charter routes. Let's see what is open to me. Okay, this is actually a worse route. That's unusual. Let's pop back this way then. Old rumors about the cursed ship. The Immaterial released them from a script this time. Let's increase that difficulty and do a bit of quick travel. Macro Cannon was put back into service and the Vigilantes were punished for suspecting rogue traders' servants to mob justice. The Immaterial released us from a script this time. The charter routes. That's what we wanted to see, and let's visit the current system. Interrogator of the Ordos Xenos. We have some pirates, ladies and gentlemen. Have some pirates. We'll finish with a fight. Let's quickly just go to the other planets. A scan of this lava world. Arid world. Now we have, Phlogiston ×3. That's happening. Ship scores detected a non-native mineral cluster on the planet's surface, probably the remains of an ancient asteroid shower. The substance is valuable, but collecting it will not be easy. The asteroid sits right above numerous underground caverns. The ancient tunnels and vaults are incredibly unstable, and would likely not bear the weight of a large group of humans, let alone a shuttle. Take the risk and send a shuttle. Ooh. Why is it coming off my athletic skill? Don't I have more athletic people in my crew to help me out with this? Oh dear lord. A reaction that claimed the lives of the whole team. Why is it going off my athletics skill? I have people for these things. People! Got a guy that's got an athletics skill of like 4,000 in my crew. That's all he's here for. But accidentally paying a profit factor for him. Ooh, free cash. Ooh, the second piece. Oh, wait. No, provisions 1. I definitely don't want to start doing that. Let's go and kill some pirates. Go and take my anger out on pirates, quite frankly, because I'm annoyed at the whole athletics thing. Cassia or Celio? Cassia or Celio. Sorry. Why am I coming into a different screen? Are we just going straight into fight, or what's going on here?
This void ship will
Yes, we are.
not be defeated.
3 enemies! We are, however, getting shot at immediately. That's just rude. Class, he will get some. Yep, they're all piling in. Where's the third? He won't. That's fine. They are breaking through the shields already. I don't know how they get to go first. Will he get... I don't think he will. No, he didn't. Oh, he did drop torpedoes up because he is a Viper class. Right. What we're going to do is...
Commence torpedo launch.
Let's drop those off. Not quite torpedo launch, but sure, if that's what you want to...
Fury.
That's what you want to call it. Let's fire the dorsal. He is trying to boogie on out of here. Do have to slightly turn. Is going to hit the other parts. His other shields. Nice. We did, however, get through the gap. Let's come all the way around here.
The destination is known.
Let's restart the shields. And let's protect... Let's protect that side. Are we going to get that side or the rear shields? I'm not 100% sure. I don't really want them to turn, though. I mean, if it gets them to turn the other way... Yeah, that'll work. Thank you very much. Interceptors. I'm gonna just sit right behind them. Oh, wow. Impressive angle. Impressive angle indeed. Shields have been restored. Beautiful.
Engage the lance.
Come here and give him a shot. Let's
Drown them in the void.
launch some more interceptors. I want to jump forward through the little warp. Little short warp jump. Let's...
Lance.
Fortunately, we hit 2 different parts of shields with that. We have nobody in range of our other weapons. We are going to go forward shields. Oh, whoops, no, sorry, yeah, move there, and then cancel. Can't quite hit. Come after me, he shouldn't get through the shields. No, straight shield damage. And he's attempting to run away. He's gonna get some shots off, most definitely. Again, though, shouldn't get through shields. Oh, he didn't actually. He wasn't quite close enough. So I think I can shoot both of them from where I am. I can. I think these two will be closer to getting to this guy. So
Unleash our fury.
let's focus slightly more of my weapons this way.
Engage the macro cannons.
Done.
They pale before our mastery of the void.
55 scrap. However, I am going to be using a bit of a chunk of that, actually, to repair the ship. Oh, 18, actually, not too bad. We have on this planet, what were the pirates protecting? Nothing. Okay. That's how it goes. Increase the difficulty by 1 level. And let's warp travel here. Free profit factor gained. Lord Captain, urgent report. We have received an aspect message from the Regent Aronto Orselio. The navigators are concerned about the fate of Cassia, who disappeared from Iraq 5. The Regent requested an update on her current status, and he has also inquired about the possibility of a personal meeting. The psychomotion code of the received message betrays acute concern, but it's also something that the astropaths have failed to put into words. If you excuse my forthrightness, I feel it is necessary to tell House Orselio the truth. Otherwise, a conflict with the Navis Nobilate is possible, which, given the current state of the Chronos Expanse, will only play into the hands of the enemies of the Imperium. How did they even learn I had Cassia? Troubling indeed. Perhaps you have a spy on board, or Regent Aranto is bluffing. In either case, I believe we should respond. She does not know anything about anyone named Cassia. I will tell them the truth. Control the operation of the... What? Control the operation of the Navis Nobilate on... Wait, what? That's something about Dark Owners come up there, basically. A little bit confused by that. Got no routes? We got anything? Nope, we also have no systems pop up. Let's go and... This system, we have some Aldari to save, potentially. Last time I tried to save them, they weren't there. Oh dear lord. Am I ready for this? Where am I? I'm up here. Didn't I have flak shots? Allows flak shots to be fired from kinetic macro cannons. Like that didn't come up in the last fight. Your crew picks up a heavily damaged Xenos void ship among the countless rock masses of the asteroid belt. An Aldari vessel beyond a doubt. According to the Von Valancius archives, about 100 standard years ago, the Imperial Navy set up a barrier in this system against pirates and the enemies of humanity. Countless primed mines are still scattered among the wreckage. The Voxmaster manages to tune the ship's systems to an unconventional frequency, and the bridge suddenly fills with a chime like Xenos voices. Drawn out and mournful, they sing in an unknown tongue, but every officer on the bridge can sense that this is a dirge. Answering the call, Elliot jumps to the cogitators, startling the officers on the bridge with a sudden jolt. In hopes of understanding the monkey technology and figuring out how to help her kin, Theodori runs in circles around blinking vidscreens. But the mysteries of the machine god elude the Xenos. Then she turns to the Lord Captain, powerless. Is asking the Enitak to help her kin who have found themselves trapped in a snare of fate. Theodori are enervated and weak, and their song is a cry of despair, a cry that is fading. The officer led by Master Helmsman River are ordered to plot a course for the rescue shuttle from the Dynasty flagship to the Xeno ship and back. Yep, should easily do that. Now all of the crew can do is hope that the calculations are correct and that the veteran officer's experience has not let them down. The units do not respond to the incoming signals after several attempts to frequency tuned by the Vox Masters. Master gets lost and mournful song fades away. Whoops, what did I click? Success of the operation is assessed and is as extremely probable. Now, what's the state of the vessel? Its hull and engines have presumably been damaged in a collision with a small celestial body. However, it is impossible to prove or disprove this hypothesis at such a distance. The units of the vessel differ too much from those of the Imperium. Send a shuttle, because we did plot a course. However, when the shuttle reaches the Xeno ship, the rescue team's report catches the bridge crew off guard. The vessel's starboard side has been breached by the macro weapons of an unknown Imperial void ship. There are no survivors. Shielding her eyes, Ilya closes them and clutches the spirit stone at her breast. Coming to, the Aldari does not speak for a time. With notes of sadness in her voice, carefully picking her words, she concedes that the Elantac did all they could to save her kin. And yet, it is the monkey who are responsible for the loss of the Aldari void ship. Saddened by the pain and hatred that humans have wrought upon her kind, Iliad quietly leaves the bridge. Again, exhibit Wrathbone blade fragments and Aldari chainsword. One of the Aldari ships that fled counterattack headed for the distant stars. Except. So we now have just Tenebris Aquae left to look at. Am I ready for a fight with 10,000 Drukhari patrols? I'm going to say no. Map of the Coronis Expanse. Maybe once I've got my escort ship, I'll feel a little bit better about it, because at least they can take some of the heat off me for a while. But we're going to leave right now. Travel. Any pop-ups? Nope, that makes a change. Travel. Released us from its grip this time. So I think we basically have to use route difficulty unsafe. Travel. Yeah, throughout the ship suddenly turned stale. Those who were awake reported feeling incredibly tired. Those who were asleep later reported having horrible nightmares. One of the Lord Captain's personal retinue was found delirious in one of the ship's bays. She was screaming in her holy language, her arms raised high above her head, as if she was trying to keep the sky from falling. The enforcers were unable to free her from the trance. Two attempted to move earlier were attacked and died instantly. In her homeward Kudurak collapsing around her, and she had been the only one able to hold up its walls. That in the future she would deal with the call of the warp on her own. Okay. Telecus Epsilon is where we have to go to get the seal. Nice, we do have a link here, which is fantastic. Tenebris Aquae is the Aldari survivors, which is on the way to Kranach, and lay waste to Heracus Rim sector. We've got that on the way as well. Let's, however, visit the current ship, the current sector that we are in. Current system that we are in, even. Enemies of humanity. That will be some Chaos ships. In the scan. Phlogiston. Tempting. Very, very tempting. In scan, I mean, Phlogiston is... Although I do have 12 right now. Maybe I don't really need to. Oh, this looks like a beautiful ocean planet. Oh, it's an ice world, and we have 6 Promethean. Happily go and grab that. Right, I'm going to go and try it and have a go at the enemies of humanity. I have 200... No, I have 317 scrap. I'm going to go and spend 100 upgrading the hull once more. And a little bit extra in me and pray, everybody, just pray. Wave of Angry Whispers passes over the bridge as the archer and his minions train their weapons on you and prepare to attack. Trade their approach and flee. No. Death to the heretics for the glory of the Emperor. I want this fight. I have a very, I believe, powerful ship. Depending on how many there are and how powerful they are. Don't know how well this will go. But let's destroy the arch enemy, quite frankly. We have 3. I do get to go first, so what do we have? They are only raiders by the looks of it as well. Infidel class raider. We have macro cannons and torpedoes. Oh! Hello! Murder class. Starfire lance. Stare into the abyss. Makes the ship instantly stop and shoot its lance weapons 3 times instead of moving, suffering from 5 to 14 damage. And then we have double sets of macro cannons, and we have in the background over here as well, Infidel class raider. Right then, let us let's infiltrate a ship. Nice. Warp drive damage. Speed is reduced by 5. There are internal fires causing damage. I have no idea what its speed is, mind you. But there you go. It's having a bad way. And if we come up to here... let us see what we can do about this murder class of ship. Target is too far? Really? I'd say it's perfectly in my range. Let us... I think I am going to have to there. I don't think he'll get into range. I don't think he'll quite get into range. I mean, you don't know their speed, so it's kind of hard to guess. But I don't think they will get into range. See, I don't like how the angles in this work sometimes. I mean... you know, I'm not entirely convinced how that is through the side shielding from this angle. You know, I mean, that's a bit... That's a bit crazy, in my opinion. I don't have the ability to make their weakest shields face me just yet. Guess maybe... put it all... oh no, that puts us out of range, technically. That doesn't. I guess put it all through the side shields would be the way to go.
Launch the devastating payload.
Go and launch the interceptors. Pretty much damage done to the shields, unfortunately.
Oh, let the macro cannon sing their twisted soul.
Okay, we did get through there a bit. I want to turn the ship. Preferably that direction, yes. Although I am actually now perfectly on his side cannons, but he's not facing me anymore. I am, however... no, I'm not. Damn it! If I could have done that and jumped forward, that would have been beautiful. I would have been sat right behind him. So let's go and up the left side of our shields, because this is going to suck and hurt a lot. Let us... I'm going to bring you guys straight here, and hopefully a pain in his ass. Can I, just crash into him? How you all doing? I'm gonna guess he's gonna come forward and probably just launch some torpedoes. Yep. Oh, and keep moving. That's pretty impressive movement. He'll do the same. But he stopped. Oh, he has some swift death fighters, and he is launching some horrors of the warp at me. I am now on fire. And he gets, I think, 2. There's a fair bit of missing, though, which is good. Fair bit more missing, which is also good. With their fighters are out and about. Hey, we actually held up really well there.
Initiate macro cannon barrage. A breach in the enemy shield has been revealed.
Yes, it has. Now, if only I could get more damage into that breach, but I do not think I can. How are we looking? Could. I can use new heading. If I was to come here and say Lance, it would, in essence, go straight through the shields. Go ahead and do that. He's down to 15 health. I reckon my interceptor's gonna take that out. So close. Let's launch some more interceptors.
Them in the void.
Let's... This do maneuver with Mario evasion plus 30%, speed minus 3, hit chance minus 25%, range minus 3. Let's... Over here.
Upon the seas of void.
So shadow jump. Get to the other side of him. I think that will keep me out of range of those torpedoes. I missed those torpedoes. Okay, those torpedoes are going to hit me. Let's go and disable those guys. Expeditious reload. The port cannon is all I've got, so unfortunately that's not going to do me any good. We are going to... I'm not going to improve my left. Damn it, I put my weakest side against the torpedoes. We'll go rear shields. Going to be the next best option, I think. We can also restart those shields. And I think we're okay overall, to be honest, because I mean, like... Where are we going to go? Where are we with these guys? We're going to go nowhere. We're simply going to shoot these guys. What? How did that put it going through the right side shields? That was just madness. How is that going through the right side shields, I ask you? Come around to this way. And now, oh, I've just put myself out of range. He's alive with 2 freaking health. Cannot believe that. Can we... And how? Even from this angle, through the right side shields. What is going on with this? This murder class cruiser should be dead. It might die from internal fires anyway. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Oh, those torpedoes are taking out those fighters 100%. That murder class ship should be about to... Ouch! That took out the second one as well. I've just gone and replenished my shields. Oh, we did some missing. I don't like missing. That's not how this is supposed to go. Doing that. Let us... blow him up, quite frankly. Charge forward.
The destination is known.
Oh wait, I should have turned slightly, never mind. I suppose left side, we can't do rear shields. And they'll be able to hit me and just do a bit of vengeance damage, basically. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to shoot anybody with these guys. Hey, take out the Inceptors. Love that. Swift Death Fighters. May or may not get a shot. I don't quite know what's going on here. Those Swift Death Fighters should have left or died. I don't know. Can't launch more wings because I've already launched 2 wings. No. Okay. Feel like this fight should be over by now. It's gonna make me destroy these things. And why do I not have my flak cannons? Executor pattern. Oh, they're plasma bat. Could make a difference.
Initiate macro cannon barrage.
Going to make me destroy these guys.
Engage the line.
I mean, seriously. Oh, whoops. Is that what I was supposed to be doing?
Void Master, if you please.
Okay, well, yep, as you can see, the battle's not quite over. You have to destroy some... Oh, now they're running away. Is it going to end? Just tell me this thing's going to end. Thank you. As I say, this combat is over.
An unsophisticated victory.
Wasn't a great victory. That is true. 14 speed along with low acceleration and braking. Dark Halo times 2 and Unholy Amulets times 11. Void Heretic trophies and Void Heretic trophies. No Void Heretic ship components, which is a bit of a shame. But no, that was quite a painful fight, to be honest. 38 scrap. I didn't actually pay attention to how much we picked up. You can scan, grab the last 2 worlds, and be on out of here. Like I said, some of those. How am I hitting the far side of a void ship? Like, do I have curling bullets? Like, that's definitely a bit of a mess up on the game's part. And then I messed up by moving too far away. That was definitely on me. Because I don't know. I thought if I moved a bit further away, it would actually give me the correct side to attack. Yes, that ship luckily blew itself up. What releases from its embrace for now. The ship luckily blew itself up and also took the other guy out with it. Which actually worked in my favor, to be fair. This is an Uncharted system. Well, let's chart it then. And of course, I do need to do my navigator scan. Scan, let's go blow up a station. Bastille 3, Inquisition Shipwreck. Let's make sure we're taking... We don't want you, we want Heinrichs. Gonna go and visit an Inquisition Shipwreck. We want our Inquisitor. Imperium's unswerving hostility toward anything that challenges law and dogma has calcified over thousands of years. I genuinely... Right, and obviously I'm sure there are lots of people out there. I truly wonder... What would like be the Emperor's first words when he came back to... If he ever came back to consciousness? Something to ponder over right there. Right, we do have... Where are we? We're with CC. If claim the bounty kills an enemy, the bounty hunter's next attack in this turn will always score a critical hit. Whenever the bounty hunter scores a critical hit for the first time in a round, they gain target's difficulty tier movement points. When an ally kills a prey, the bounty hunter gains half. Quite possibly. Bounty hunter's ally gain 9% critical hit chance against enemies affected with one or more of the following effects. Whenever a prey that is not being trailed is killed by an ally, the bounty hunter gains an extra turn. Yeah, I kind of want to take that off Adira, to be honest. It's just a little bit annoying. Bonus to dodge against the first attack of opportunity every round. Go for share the spoils. If enemy suffers from any of the execution damage or time effects, suffering is Trail, deep laceration. Use damage over time effects in a round, reduce the inflicted enemy's armor. Stacks. 30% to the end of combat. In fact, let's get invigorating screams. There's a lot of forced damage over time we do as well, so that's going to be quite useful. Let's... Flawless plan. Every 9th successful dodge or parry by the Psycho and allies combined grants the Psycho 2 additional AP. Psycho's allies gain 50% critical hit chance. The first critical hit turns it off. Are we ready to become a Psycho? Nope, not a stronger Psycho. Turn increases Veil degradation by 2 points less. Psycho can use a damaging Psycho power while being threatened by enemies in melee. Psycho power on targets that are 6 cells or further from Psycho. The target suffers 3 additional damage. Another character in the character has the same archetype. We definitely do. We definitely do. End of their next turn. Rather, it was the beginning. Additional damage. 2 points less to psychic degradation. Let's go for that one. Another. Attacking minus 10 penalty to the next resistance test. Penalty is 5 damage at the end of movement. Oh, we're not doing movement. Gains 2 perception. Attacks again gain 32% critical hit chance. The effect stacks as it is reset by a critical hit. 5 roll resistance test against warp effects. Right, like that. Let's 32% critical hit chance. Oh, we get to put up a skill. It won't be fellowship, it won't be willpower. What else are we pushing up? Perception is definitely going up pretty well. Potentially go for that then. Dump another hit into perception. Good old Pascal. Damage over time effect inflicted by the executioner for the first time in combat. This damage is increased by 100%. Negative effects inflicted by pain. Resonance is increased by 1 round, and the penalty to corresponding resistance increased to minus 30. Gift of Torment. Pain resonance with a minus 16 penalty, so that is quite a big jump. They have to do an agility resistance test, or they could be blinded. In a 4-cell radius around the executioner. 5% more damage to a target for each type of damage over time effect inflicted on that target. I think let's keep with acute pain. First time gets a 100% bonus. And I'm sure he's got lots of fun things to do, but I'm sure he's got lots of fun things to do down here as well. There's a chance to regain AP spent on psychic powers when Veil degradation is 10 or lower. First psychic power used. Damaging psychic power while being threatened by enemies in melee. Ensure hacked by the psychic decreases Veil degradation only by -3. Terrible. Another psychic heals themselves or another character with a psychic power or an effect applied this healing can critically hit. Heal with a chance of 15%. Plus 2 stacks instead. Maybe I do make him like a pyromancer or something. Like, I think it would definitely upgrade his damage. Now, let's go Pulse of Life for now. Enemies adjacent to the enemy. Adjacent to the dead enemy, one is selected at random. Work as if Psycho Siren rating is +2 higher and will not degrade the Veil, will not trigger Psychic Phenomenon or Perils of the Warp, and remove 1 stack of Corpus Conversion from the target. Enemy adjacent to an ally dies, which I assume is going to happen quite a lot because I'm hoping to be killing them in such a way. Damage suffered by the target, this effect is increased by half. For example, a 20% increase becomes a 30% increase. Let's go for Pulse of Life for now. 15% chance, because he is kind of like my tank healer sort of a character. Okay, the Warden and Personal Pilots, they've just kind of... Because I'm paused. That would be why. Why did I pause? I don't know if that was me or if that just happened. Good, so I'm going to think it's a shotgun. Melter charge. Medikai 88%. Pascal. Shots in the back. It seems they're executed by their own comrade, who then used his last charge to blow his brains out. Goods. A security key.
One step at a time.
Fortune smiles
Amidst
on
the
us.
madness.
An ill omen.
Found the trap.
Another notch.
There's a gaping hole in each corpse's head. They were brought out one at a time and shot point blank range from behind. Jump athletic skill 100%. There you go. Told you we should bring the Psyker. Sorry, not the Psyker, the Inquisitor. Over the warp 100%. We'll go get that shortly. Of course, we have to go round. Hello. Okay. Psychos had a bit of a bad day. Why are you torturing us? Well, good question. Open fire! Embrace the gift of decay. Nurgle has entered the ship.
There will be no peace
Or the
in
wall.
my
The whispers
wake.
taught me how.
Truly daubed on the wall seem to track you as you move. Soiled with blood and vomit. Bottom brick of a corpse starch, your passion's rations judging by the lingering smell. Oh look! Some fun-looking tentacles! Were not killed by weapons fire, perhaps there was no ammunition left for them. They were brutally butchered with knives and beaten with gun stock. Embrace the gift of decay. Can that disappear from my screen now? Small fish eyes. Eyeless slimy dart wriggling about the rank water. Can you say Nurgle? Lower the warp 100%.
The premonition runs true.
Patience.
Embrace the gift of
My
decay.
nerves afraid.
What did we find? We found some goods. Las gun and a knife. When you transfer to film, you see vague outlines of decaying body. Goods. Warp logic 78%. Pascal.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Ship's reactor is still running, though perhaps not for long. This explains why the ship's interior is lit. Demolition, clear a passage with explosives. I don't want to. Not quite yet.
In this tapestry of a world,
These poor
I
wretches
am
had their skulls
the
caved in around the
rogue
temple
thread.
as if to make sure. Just wanted to live. Why? Warning Kappa 322 reporting for duty at the main confinement cell. Atmospheric sensors indicate the presence of unknown impurities, high risk of contamination. Ooh la la. Oh. Decay. Like he's just got a bit of a one-track mind. Inquisition Trooper. Let's steal all the vestments you happen to have on you. This tree is sprouted right out of a person. Lovely. For the warp. And his life eternal Nurgle. Or...
Do you see that?
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Prone preserve us from the arch-enemy's machinations. You notice a movement in Heinrich's face beneath his usual stoic mask. Something is happening. The clenched jaw, small tick in his cheek, his strangely narrowed gaze. These signs may be noticeable only to you, having spent some time at close quarters with him. At this very moment, the interrogated soul is being tormented by a dark and secret nightmare. Out for Heinrich's hand. DC. See how hard it is for you to be here. You shouldn't worry about me, Lord Captain. Not have to always appear invincible. To be honest, come on, let's break down Heinrich's. Who a moment ago was frantically scratching her nose, suddenly lets out a loud sneeze. We shouldn't delay. Hardly the best place to stop and have a chat. I will break him down.
Everyone, applaud my brilliance.
Yes, applaud my brilliance.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
They were good weapons, and now they're nothing but scrap. Where? Right, so we could have blown through this. Okay, that would have gone to an unseen room. Okay. Open the door. We had the key. Need key. Okay, we need a key. Thought I had the key.
I did it?
Boydman's diary. And are we ready? I know exactly what happens right now.
Beyond.
Dum 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 dum. Riot is spreading. Shut up and shoot! I won't let these blasphemous mutants take control of my ship. Acolyte of the Inquisition. All crew members are hereby ordered to take up arms and begin a total purge of the holds. Purge the heretic! Every psycho on board must be destroyed. Cleanse every inch of the ship with fire. There's a chance some of these guys might be psychers. As there are psychers in the Inquisition.
Oh, what an amusing attempt at defiance.
You have been ambushed. I think these have come back to life in a decayed form and are now against us. Start the battle. Cass, of course, gets to go first. Absolutely loving it. We do have a bunch of people behind us as well, but... Oh, wait, hang on then. So let's jump across to here. And then... Oh, yes.
As duty demands.
2 dead. A whole bunch to go. No, sorry, let's do that once more. See how many of them we can stun.
I am a navigator.
Or kill.
Not a servant. Now you're clad in scarlet.
Started on 27. Down to 19. Can't complain about those results. And we've probably got a fair few stunned. All stunned, not stunned by the looks of it. Or maybe stunned, they've got more things on them. Of course, we do have these corrupted turrets, which will be a bit annoying. Can't make them bleed, unfortunately. Let us...
Me? If you insist.
Pascal's going to turn
Captain.
around and try and deal with these. Well, maybe. He's probably not going to be his turn for a while. He will attempt to turn around and deal with those. Let's...
If I may.
I feel like I'm... Oh, no, there's a Dero right in the middle. I was about to say, I feel like I was missing somebody there.
Me. If you
We'll make our
insist,
ranged
Lord
attacks with a
Captain.
bit of a bonus. And let's go and slot this right in the middle.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Technically, I'm saying the front of the battlefield's behind me. Well, that guy didn't get taken down, did he? Guy's all shambling forwards. Harry. The guard shambling forwards as well.
Is negligible.
EC. What is the shape of this? Okay, a big kind of...
No opposition!
Yeah, they did.
Flames, another one. What if?
Creation, let's revel in slaughter
within
already.
Schemes. A wicked thought.
Mark our corrupted turrets. And let's...
Unpredictable downfall.
continue to simply destroy people. Oh, I missed the second one. Game. Now my rate of fire is 1. What's the point? We did so much. We're down to 12 people already. We've done so much damage. If I change weapon, however, not very good with armor penetration. Adds toxin, so let's not do that in the slightest, because Nurgle love a bit of toxin. Let's, however, go and add the... Let's simply go past that go. So the corrupted turrets get to go after Idira.
Weak, yet iron knows no pain.
He's like getting toxic damage every turn. It's a little bit weird.
Soothes my soul.
Each turn, if a poison creature fails a toughness resistance test. Oh, Idira. Almost no damage against the turret, so let's not do that. How about we turn around and simply go crazy?
The wind must be unlimited.
Straight back into another heroic act. Okay, seems to be jumping between enemies now. We're down to 3 bad guys. That's 1 Poxwalker guard here and the 2 turrets. Okay, then. Okay, that doesn't do anything against against that guy. Let's simply go and scream at this guy then.
On it.
Damage passes over to the corrupted turret. I have no idea if this
Anything
works
else?
against the turret. But it does, apparently. Sensory deprivation on a turret. Also...
But of course.
that and...
Will do.
Ow. Oh, Pascal's having a bad day, huh?
Let's see to it.
That's Pascal a bit of a heal.
Lord Captain. Let's see to it.
Let's give myself some big bulging
I
muscles.
won't object to it.
Let's get right in the middle of them. Same damage apparently as a non-4 sword. Let's just go normal then.
Glory.
75 damage. Love that. Whenever the bounty hunter scores a critical hit, the target's armor is reduced by 8%.
Naturally. But of course, Lord Captain.
I go daring breach on this guy.
Wish is mine to grant.
Because apparently we do ridiculous amounts of damage. Doesn't make a difference whether I use...
The Inquisition sends their regards. Reckoning is due.
Go and weaken this one a smidge.
Was that you? Or...
Armor is 91%, and that's after a minus 19%. Damage modifier.
Let's see to it.
Just start swinging.
For the throne.
Not bad. We took off half its health. Pascal can't quite make it there.
Heavy is the tread of
90% chance.
the fire condemns you.
And that's why you have a multi-melter in your team. Yeah, those turrets
There'll
packed a bit of a
be
punch,
no
but they were
peace
okay.
In my wake.
Corpse flesh is crystallized and turned into translucent sarcophagus. Walls of the lift shaft are coated in a layer of putrefying goo. Or the warp,
The
100%.
whispers told me how.
Where there is death, you will find his garden. Where there is decay, you will find his power. Out of this exit we go. Back in we go.
Oh, glorious spectacle of your demise.
Get your characters into battle now. This fight is all about... Cass will of course go first. Plague Bearer at the back. The Occluding Sphere. Poxwalker Prisoner. I was about to say prison then. And the Poxwalker Guard. Let us... And this one is basically all about killing things. More you kill, more this sphere at the back. Where's the Occluding Sphere? Takes damage. Blessing of Rot. Creates a shield that grants its host +3 MP and will remove if the creature's temporary wounds reach 0. Ah, right, that's something that he can do. Invincible, Psychomajoris, and it's anchored. Anyway, let's put Cass to... right, I think she'll get an okay angle there. Put you in there. Let's put you in here. I think you get a decent shooting angle from that. Let's have... there. Heinrichs. Have you come around this way. Pascal. Have you step into here? Yes, I think so. Okay, Cass goes first as always. Love that fact. Only 3 of them. That's a bit of a shame. Still, that'll do.
Isn't this a job for the... I prefer painted black.
Walker Prisoner, Poxwalker Guard, not stunned yet. Attempt to take him out though, we probably can.
If I may, deliver us.
Deliver us from horridness. And so... front line, I want to probably kind of get down in there.
Serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
And
I am
that
a
on yourself for
navigator,
now.
not a servitor.
I'd probably open with these, shouldn't I?
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
And let's go and boost. Go and
Me?
boost CC stats for
If you insist, Lord Captain.
a round. Fire at will. If no enemies in the backline area, the first attack in the turn made by every ally in that area costs -1 AP less. Really should put down the tactical areas first.
Focus, Van Kellogg's. Focus.
Ouch. Ooh, these plague beggars packing a punch. Blessing of Rot. I believe, however, the next round it will fade away and create a poison. The shield grants souls +3 MP. Its shield blows up and kills the host, dealing 10 damage to the occluding sphere. Moved if the creature's temporary wounds reach 0. Definitely go and do that. Nice, he took the extra damage and he died as well. That's the occluding sphere, having taken some damage. It's kind of hard to see what's going on with the occluding sphere. But, there it is. Occluding sphere, it takes a small amount of damage. Everything you kill. However, the higher level of the thing you kill, more damage it does take. Let us go and guards. Plague Bearer. Go and blind him.
But of course.
Please increase Heinrich's
Anything else?
stats. He's the one in biggest danger right now. Okay, there is no Veil Degradation, which is weird. I mean, I would expect it to be at max. I don't know if that's just, I don't know, bad visuals. Yes, all of you keep running forward. No, not you. Don't separate. Stand together. Make my life easier. CC, I want to shoot this Poxwalker guard. However, I have a feeling not in my line of sight is this thing that I can apparently shoot. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get him in my sight. He is blocked by the fun of multi-level combat. I mean, there's literally no way I can get him in my sight. Look at that. I can't even see him from there, apparently. Let's undo that. So what does... So above 0 on the next round, it will fade away and create a poisonous cloud that deals damage to the host's enemies and heals the host's allies till the end of combat. Right, so luckily it's all the way back there, so as long as they keep running towards me, there's definitely no worries about any of that. I can't see that guy. Never mind. Did not die.
Let's see.
Save myself from allied
A genius at work.
destruction.
Behold the wrath of madness.
She is truly insane.
Let's see.
She is truly insane. Probably should actually mark a few guys as prey.
A wicked thought.
Have that Plague Bearer. Let's have... That's actually the only Plague Bearer we have currently. Okay. That'll work then. Can still throw a crack grenade, apparently. Question is... Problem is, I should say, is I can't see anybody, apparently. There are only 10 bad guys on the map. That number will, of course, increase as time goes on. Attack inflicts bleeding on a target.
The
Gonna make the Poxwalker guard bleed. 18 bleeding damage. Well, he's dead. And I need to get used to what I've picked on this guy because it's only just happened. He only gets one attack. But we do need to kind of sort that out as well.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
In Spirit Communion, we definitely want that. None of them should have Reject of the Flesh. Yeah, so I actually need to start choosing some of these things first.
The Omnissiah function successfully terminated.
Immediately suffer an extra instance of damage from these effects. Done. Go and make yourself big and strong. Heal yourself.
I won't object to it.
Let us...
But of course, I'm done with this one.
Attack.
For the throne's glory.
Temporary hit points. Glory to the throne.
I won't object to it.
Then...
Let's see to it.
the Emperor. I probably maybe even be able to run all the way back to this Poxwalker guard, to be honest. That could have been useful. Anyway, let's...
The shadows will see it done.
kill who we have in front of me, in essence. I actually did this in a very, very, very bad order, didn't I? I may as well just go and blade dance.
Death is a blessing.
I should have gone and run into here. Oh, what's the point though? I'm just going to kill him, so...
As the tenets demand.
F from above.
I shall not fail.
Again, I did all of this in the wrong order. I don't actually have any attacks left.
As honor ordains.
Okay, now he's actually in an annoying spot. Hang on, I'm trying to read this if you don't mind, dear cameras. And will be removed if future temporary wounds reach 0. In this case, the shield blows up and kills the host, dealing 10 damage to the occluding sphere. If the host temporary wounds are above 0 on the next round, it will fade away and create a poisonous cloud. Okay, well, the next round, it hasn't faded away. Wait, what? Reach 0. But I can't target it. Because I can't see it. Right, let's just take one step sideways.
Battlefields are always drowned in blood.
He blew up, and we just did 10 damage to the occluding sphere, so that works out very well for me. The occluding sphere, which is kind of... There you go, 146, it is going down. Let's keep... Got lots more people to play with. That will hit CC, that will hit Pascal. I'd rather have CC still functioning. Let's risk. Pascal did not get stunned. Beautiful. I think a whole bunch of people died in the interim. Don't give an extra go to nobody. Let
Me?
give an
If you
extra go to
insist, Lord
Pascal, quite
Captain.
frankly. Let us first... Yes, let's give an extra go to
I'm
Pascal.
not accustomed to being ordered around.
Oh, which we cannot quite do. I'll mount a Scorcher attack. That then makes all of this a little bit shameful. Unfortunately, not being able to do quite as much as we would have hoped.
My vow is to serve. Significant value.
Nice. 2 dead, 1 flew. Very nicely done. Have any plague bearers?
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Let's hit that plague bearer and weaken them down. Everything else can carry on as normal. Parried, the beautiful blind plague bearer. Oh, he's now been shielded. Here, come forward, maybe even to here. Out of line of sight, I think. And out of range. If I was to come 2 further forward. Got them.
What is this foreboding? Fortunate turn of fate.
Blow him up, do 10 more damage to the occluding sphere. Easiest way probably to actually get him taken down. And then let's blind this plague bearer. Attempt to deprive him of his senses. Let's mark him as prey. That's also a little bit weaker.
Was that you? Or
You see, let us...
A genius at work. A predictable downfall.
Go for some over penetration and can't hit that plague bearer. Let's hit this one. Don't think I want to use it on her, but oh no, wait, hang on. So we've just got this plague bearer in between us and the rest of the squad. Okay, I'm gonna risk that. Hopefully we still have the heroic act. Well, we should get it on one of our turns. Even if he took it immediately off us, we should get it back quite easily. Enemies in a 4-cell radius suffering from anything, not quite yet. They under any damage over time effects? Again, not yet. Work from each enemy in a 5-cell radius around point. And I... Four or more are removed. What have we got? You've got 1. You've got 5.
Request approved.
Critical knowledge. Hit in.
The scriptural prognosis
On area attack.
favorable.
Add bleeding.
I venerate you, machine spirits.
Beautiful. He's got a lovely 20 bleeding on the go. Then
Running binary override.
he now blinded, I believe he might be. I believe he was actually blinded anyway, to be honest.
High momentum.
But of course,
He gone.
On it.
Wow, he blew up in a cloud of smoke, huh? Let's go, and you can
for
heal
the
yourself
throne's
again.
glory.
Can you charge against this guy? No, but you can charge through. But do I want to charge through? Probably not. Let's charge through this way.
Naturally.
Let
I won't
us...
object to it.
Let's simply go and leave you there. Now...
Let the blood of the wicked be
Carnival of
shed
Misery
as thou hast
should also
willed.
mean that damage over time effects against me are...
As the tenants demand.
are basically going
As
to
on
cure
our
me
day.
instead of kill me.
Brings no pleasure. I shall not be death is a blessing.
We have... +1 until the end of combat. That's beautiful. We have 3 instances of death from above. Yeah, he's going to die in his next round. Cool. Let's simply leave it at that for now. Foxwalker Guard comes forward. How is this thing doing? The occluding sphere is down to 82. Very nice. That thing just blew up on me. Cool. A whole bunch of new enemies have just turned up. Yes, we're down on 82. But what have we got? We got another Plague Bearer. Guards. More guards who is half dead already. A whole bunch more prisoners. They'll be fun for Kibala to go and absolutely brutally murder. Let us come forward to here.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
That front Plague Bearer was already under such effects, but that's okay. Let me think. That was...
If I may.
Then we get this. Enemies in the back line. The first attack is turn made by every ally in that area costs -1 AP.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Isn't this a job for the serfs? Help me, Lord Captain!
Plague Bearer having a rough day. No, I'm seriously one step away from hitting Pascal. That's just a pain.
Me?
I don't know if I've given
If
her the
you
ability
insist,
to
Lord
use
Captain.
psychic powers at point blank range, but it looks like I may have. This will hit myself. That's interesting. Be nice if it targeted the bad guys first, but I suppose it just goes closest. That Plague Bearer, that guy, and no one else. Or on the other hand, of course, could try a little bit of this. Do that.
Anything is.
And I'm assuming that stopped any form of retaliatory attack because, well, he was stunned. Let's go, and I'm going to go and pop this over here as well.
None will stand against.
Wow, 113. That was the overspill damage. And we are now down to the occluding sphere is on a lovely and healthy looking 28. That was just Cass's go. Who are you going to give a sphere to? That guy in the corner, you're probably not going to get any form of angle on, but that's fine. I don't want to look at Adira. I wanted to turn off her idea of a fun time, aka don't move. Oh, that passed over. That blew up. That's the occluding sphere now down to 9 health. Oh, right, yeah, I can hit people from here. Let's come to here. Let's attempt to take out, what have we got? A Poxwalker prisoner. Except I need to reload.
Schemes within schemes within schemes.
Just about lets me to shoot somebody. 38% chance. How about a guaranteed hit? 20 to 27 damage. Probably not really that much damage, though, is it? Yeah, we missed.
Damage is negligible.
Let us... Let's just... take a few steps out of the wonderful gas clouds. I'm going to have you stay there. Heinrichs. Turns out it looks like we can't actually...
Get me a target.
I mean, I can hit the occluding sphere, but I assume it's immune to all damage, so... Yes. Kind of. Apparently it's by there, which is a little bit weird. Kibala... Oh, you can just come and beautifully go and chop this guy in half.
I bring mercy and retribution. Death is a blessing.
3 health taken off. If we could get rid of him, that would be 3 more health taken off. And that is actually the only guy left. We need the round to end, basically. So that we get more people to kill. And as we only need to get rid of 6
Isn't
health.
this a job for the serfs?
There goes 3, I assume. Or was it a guard that did that? No, yep, that was 3. Then... I don't want to hit the occluding sphere, thank you very much. I want to hit someone else. Poxwalker guard, Poxwalker prisoner. There you go, fight over. Occluding sphere has been finished off. Goods on the floor. Sergeant at Arms seal. Ship's log. The Sergeant at Arms seal, there is a chest back the way we came that was still locked. Serving on a black ship of the Inquisition, you have been entrusted with the unique cargo, psychers collecting the Imperial's wills as rightly owed tithe.
That
Off the
wasn't
warp.
so difficult.
Holy Shard, this amulet reduces all toxic damage suffered by its wearer by 50%. If the wearer has heretical votary, they also heal 0 wounds each time they suffer toxic damage. Very nice indeed.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
I came in this way. Although, hang on a minute, why didn't I just... I don't know where go down will take me, though, that's the problem. Back through here. Goods. Got arms key. Inferno pistol, a mounter pistol. Very nice. Tempestus carapace, heavy armor proficiency. I think this is the armor that I think I get off the explorators.
They will see.
Which...
Oh yes, they all will see.
Heavy armor proficiency. I haven't gotten my heavy armor proficiency yet. But we will. Look at that armor increase. +2 deflection against ranged attacks. Ooh, well, we know what we're giving to Pascal at the earliest opportunity. Where does go down go? Let's find out. I feel like it's going to take me back to the beginning. It did! Can't go back up. There was, however, a door for us to blow open.
Sings in my veins.
Cross. We've already gone past this. Where was that door to be exploded? Just in here. I have no idea whether it's going to hold anything worthwhile, but we may as well go have a look. Our passage with explosives.
Genius triumphs.
Really, we've got like nothing. Medicae 88.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Honestly, I'm dubbing this not worth it. I want my melter charges back. You have to go. Oh yes, this way. Round to this way.
The Inquisition taught me many things.
One was how to jump.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
Beginning. So this Inquisition ship has been cured of its horrible Nurgle infestation. Quite frankly, now we need to burn it to the ground. Burn it to the ground till it is no more. Foxmaster Victus Surrey Otter Toloman speaking. You don't say. Hope your heroic expedition was a success. What will be your further instructions? This vessel is dead and defiled. It should be sent to the Omnissiah in a proper nuclear funeral rite. Anything valuable, and make sure they keep quiet about what they are about to see. Bombard the vessel. Let the dead follow the dead. As you... Oh, that was dog... I don't want dogmatic. Could have been more practical somehow. And we're not going to take 3 plasteel. Okay. This ship. I'm going to get my inventory. Not for you, Pascal. Could take the Inferno pistol, but we're not going to. Indira, on the other hand. Plus 4 maximum wounds, because we don't keep failed degradation above 15. Full toxic damage is reduced by 50%. As a heretical votary, they also heal 2 wounds each time they suffer toxic damage. Wait, but does she have votary? Derrant. No, she does not. That, in fact, is not much good to me. We may as well stick the old one back on, wherever I left it off. Oh, we interrupted ourselves, it seems. We can scan. Nothing found. Let's go destroy a station. We welcome your ladyship to Heroica's Rim, our humble trading station. I am Steward Pontius Lockton, here to offer our highborn guests only the finest wares and special ship modules. A trading station. Pull the other one. Everyone in the Expanse knows that this is a pirate den where they peddle the stolen plunder. But to be fair, they never touch the customers, which is probably why they are still alive. Ship's cannons are fully primed. The station is well fortified, and inhabitants will promptly attempt to fight back, but we are stronger. Do you command we attack this hotbed of genetic aberration? Do you have any tactical recommendations for the assault? Decisive approach strategy. The station is well prepared for long-range artillery duel. Rumor has it they traded with the explorators for improved macro cannon boosters and warheads whose spirits can adjust the flight of missiles. In short-range battle, their guns will be less dangerous. Wish to upgrade the vessel's weapon? But without a fight, and we will grant you a swift death. We are a bunch of voidsmen, a collective harmless traders. I urge you to leave station orbit or we'll be forced to defend ourselves. Can you prove? But the burden of proof lies on the accuser. What crimes may be attributed to us and do not include aberrant mutations? Much warn you, it will not go down without a fight. Your hideouts existed to us before he died. This heretic of yours slandered us from head to toe. Whatever possess your ladyship, trust the word of a mutant. The thoughts are as unclean as their disgusting bodies. And yet I might now be listening to the words of a mutant. This, however, I think is going to bring me into a void battle. Is this going to be bad for my health? I want my second ship before I do this. Solid, robust, very reliable. Required profit factor above 1. I will lose a profit factor. I will get Promethean Mortar. No, I don't want that. That's crap. I am not interested. Been flying around recently. The Imperial Navy alone fights them all, and we thank the God Emperor that we can enjoy its protection. Mechanica's ship, an ancient hulk that was reported to be in one of the systems or the other, only to vanish the next day, but who knows why it broke away from the explorator fleet. I'm worried by going into random void combat. Like, it genuinely scares me a lot more than non-void combat. Plasteel 7. That is very nice. We have here remnants of an ancient mining ship that crashed on the planet. It looks like it was carrying equipment and settlers to a new mining site. Searching the ship might prove useful, but it carries certain risks. The search. See, look, Heinrichs is now helping out with the athletics. Thank you. Search team was able to retrieve the last survivor and extract him from under the debris. They suffered no losses and returned to the ship triumphant. Very nice. In that case, let's use it. Pull it up from the planet, put it straight back onto the planet. Projects. Get Accuser of Sin. Cemetery of the Faithful has just been done. I want Bonfires of the Righteous. So I'm guessing Dargonus. Extasiums for the Nobility. Profit factor +2. What exactly did that do? Reconstructed on top of the ruins of the aristocracy. The dead and the dying will fertilize the gardens that will ring these... Oh, okay. +5 bonus to all their skills. Genetic Mercy. Shield of the Emperor. Gains the Pirate's Bane. No. Filth of the Expanse. +5 critical hit chance against pirates, and I also get an escort ship. Right, let's grab that. Straight away. Imperial Navy reputation also goes up. Janus, what can you do to me? Not too much. We need mechanisms or... Reputation with Drusians, 28, 3, 10. Having just finished Cemetery of the Faithful, have gone and given me more Drusian reputation. We need Bonfires of the Righteousness is the one I'm after. Project requirement. One of the projects has been completed. Bonfires of the Righteousness or Good Tidings. Okay. Bonfires of the Righteousness. Good Tidings. Okay, so I want to do Bonfire of the Righteousness, I think, but let's have a check, because these I feel are going to be more important. Imperial Navy reputation above that. I gained some Drusian reputation, a lot of complacency, some profit factor. The charge ability deals additional damage equal to the wearer's willpower bonus against demons and Xenos. Not bad, actually. Rogue Trader gains +10 bonus to all characteristics during warp encounter battles. Gain +20% damage against demons. And I gain +27 damage against demons. So we both basically get that. And security +3 across the board. That's actually quite nice. And the Hammer of Epiphany. Profit factor. Complacency, security, efficiency. I'm thinking I want Crusade, which means Bonfire of the Righteous needs to be completed. So that all works out very nicely. We need a lot more weapons, though. Okay, so on Janus, we want to go and get... We need 28, 3, 10. How about if there was a quick button to go to the trade screen here, if I'm perfectly honest? Would make life much, much easier. Let's, however, go back to our bridge. 28, 3, 10. That is my goal with the Drusians, and then I will be able to get the Janus project away. And we will soon have our escort on the go. Our cannon fodder during space battles will make me much, much, much happier to take on a few more problems, shall we say, in space. Transportation of some good Drusians. 25, 3, 10. So I need 3,200. Type in ascending order. Fuel in there. Fusions don't like ranged weaponry, is that right? Melee weapons in there. Uniform kit, couple of armor kits, or 1,300, 28,310, 28,450. Come back to trading. Nice. Got a few more items on the go as well. Right, let's come to our colony. Janus, let's have you do Science and Virtue. Gets us even more reputation with the Drusians. That underway. And if we could come to our inventory. Yep, newest to oldest. This hood grants the wearer a +10 bonus to willpower and +15% damage to psychic and navigator powers, but inflicts a -10 penalty to weapon and ballistic skill. Eeny, meeny, miny. Oh. Then you are given. Depends on fellowship instead of intelligence and gain +3 bonus. That, if we take that off her, our Lore Imperium plummets down near enough nothingness. How come yours is so low? Is it literally just... Oh, -30 for being a tech priest. That would buy. So that means if we don't give it to her, we give it to her. Willpower. Bonus Law of the Warp, which is an extra +7. That I can happily drop off. -10 penalty to weapon and ballistic skill. That's fine. It's absolutely fine. 50% damage to psychic and navigator powers. 10 bonus to willpower. Happily, happily, happily. Let's have a look at my blade spinner. Armor stays the same. 10% dodge if the wearer's agility is 50% more. If the wearer is not in cover. I mean, my agility is 50% more, so that's just a match. Extra property plus strength bonus wounds. +15 toughness. And no, we don't actually want to change. That can simply go to cargo. The Roxor can go to cargo. The reconstructed flamer pistol, which is a potential for her, can go to cargo. The Inferno pistol can go to cargo. This can go to cargo. Done. The Tempestus carapace is simply waiting pretty much my next level up. Let's go and grab... His armor is reduced. Happy with that. I actually don't care. That's another character's leveling first. Okay. Back to archetypes. Do you know, actually, I don't care about that either. We're just going to ignore these guys for now, to be honest. I'm not using them, and it's just taking a lot of time, really. So let's come back to the game, because I waffle enough and roam around doing random things enough as it is. Let's go and get our extra ship. We are going to destroy this on the way back. We should have finished the Dargonus project by that point. Could also have gotten the extra 5,000 Imperial Navy reputation by that point. And as so, we'll have even further things to go and grab. This is an uncharted system. Does take us back to Telecos Epsilon as well. Let's warp jump. Happened. Beautiful. Quick warp jump. Released us from his grip this time. Got no roots. What does that pop up? Gets us to Adamat 2. Also jumps us all the way back down to System Speculo. However, let us run a little bit easier. And warp travel. Colony Dargonus has begun a new stage of development. Boom. I've gone and got the extra ship already. Some common folk from the now ruined Scipione 84249 have succumbed to the heresy of defiance, forming into gangs known as Engine Vandals. They now ride across the wastes of the wasteland adapted cleaning Goliath. They have declared themselves outside the law, raiding the hive's outskirts only to escape retribution in the toxic wastelands. Many of them did not want to obey your more than equitable decision to send them into the restoration site of Scipione, and thus they have fled the labor settlements. Rumor has it the former clan in charge of debris removal from the ruins of Scipione associates with these vandals. We can pass on your words to the renegades via the foreman. We get 5 short burning plasma torpedoes with 19 damage. We get mechanisms times 1 is a huge thing. Get security +1. We also get a wasteland twister, 2-handed power sword, and complacency +1. I like the mechanisms, quite frankly. Tell you what my advisors have to say. Tame the ancient machine spirits, then that means there are technomats or even tech priests among their ranks. That renders them negotiable. It would be efficient to utilize such renegades instead of disposing of them. To exterminate them and attack, do not waste your time on hunting them down. Instead, deceive them into destroying each other. Tempt them with a prize, a weapon, or a trophy they can fight over. Despise them, but are also secretly afraid of them. Renegades can invoke such fear. I wonder, had there been such exiles in my house, would their presence have curbed the ambitions of other people? Share the unique abilities bestowed upon you by your heritage. You look for the enemy's vulnerability and what drives them. If the enemy is compelled to seek sustenance by attacking your demesnes, prepare a trap full of poisoned gift. That gets me my mechanisms and my wasteland generator. It gets me +1 security. Rogue trader gains +1 MP. Death Cult Power Blade. How does that... Can I have a look at my inventory? No, I can't. No idea how that compares to what she's currently got. And the Wasteland Twister. So... Death Cult Power Blade. It is two-handed. It's 16 to 18. I feel like she's maybe already got something better. Let's have a look. I don't want to lose any profit factor. I do want the mechanisms. Bandit's caravan laden with provisions. The gangs feasted, unaware that food and drink were flavored with powerful toxins. Wave of sudden death soon swept across the wastelands, followed by a ruthless, punitive raid. Have died in the slaughter. The survivors were taken in by the foreman clan. More workers are always needed for rubble removal. I got the Shield of the Emperor to join me. I got weapons ×4. I can use weapons as well. Oh, I can go to this screen from here. Kibula. Yeah, I thought I was already going to have something a bit better. The stats on it are exactly the same. Got a lot more armor penetration, though. I am going to switch over for the armor penetration. Because that is much better. Low acceleration and braking. Then cargo. Atari Chainsword can go straight to cargo. Exquisite Wrathbone Blade Fragment. We can definitely use. What was I doing? Oh yes, I was in the middle of a project on Dargonus, wasn't I? What can potentially come next? We've gone and grabbed that. The Shield of the Emperor. Best Balakan options or Sordid Goods. Gets us Zealot. Cannons 3 shots, 24 damage. The Ashen Breath. We can get people. Cost us people. Or we can gain some efficiency. Let's get some people. Potentially be used somewhere else. Filth of the Expanse. Okay, so we can't grab that one anymore. All leaders gain 5 melee damage and 20% damage to their attacks of opportunity. Yeah, it's alright. Whenever the wearer performs a heroic act or a desperate measure, they recover all of their wounds and gain +2 AP this turn. Also gets me Imperial Navy reputation. Very much leads me into this one. Guilds, I get a replenishing frag grenade. 6 mechanisms though. No, I'm going to take the Imperial Navy reputation. Does cost me some weapons, however, which is not good. Cost me Promethium and Plasteel, gets me a lot of mechanisms. Oh, I don't know. I kind of want the Imperial Navy reputation, but we will decide on that later. Here for Sloth, we've just gone and gotten the Eyes of Joyous. Whereas psi rating increased by +1 against demons for each rank of Dogmatic. And then if we come down into this, we can't actually do anything here. Foulstone. Can't actually do anything here either yet. Okay. And so if I quickly jump back to the bridge, we've got some more trading I need to do. I need to go to the Imperial Navy. Definitely gain some reputation with them. I also have some trophies to trade to them. Then we'll jump in and actually get ready to go and destroy a space station, which should be a terrifying yet possibly rather interesting fight. We'll find out. And my helmsman reckoned I should take the fight to point-blank range. It'll be interesting. Will certainly be interesting. Let us speak to good old Janice Danrock. Transportation of some good. My Drusian reputation did not actually go up at all, but that's alright. I don't particularly get too much out of it anyway. Opticon, we got nothing coming from you. We'll have nothing coming from the other guys. Chartist Captain, Reputation, Select Tradable, and Trade. Okay. Got engine, some Lance Battery, Macro Cannon Batteries, Bomber's Deck. For 5 melt torpedoes with 27 damage apiece, I need 50 profit factor. In that case, let's come out of here. Let's go to my contracts. Let's give up 5 Promethium for free profit factor. Come back and speak to this guy. Let's grab those torpedoes. Have a quick look at our ship. There's a lovely bit of improvement. Doesn't tell you. Okay, I'm gonna go for the Starhawk bombers. Black ammo arsenal from kinetic macro cannons. Plasma macro cannons. Okay, so I assume I have to have a kinetic version. 5 melter torpedoes for 27 damage. We're gonna get those on. 9 points of damage on the 4, 5 points of damage on all other sides. Okay, charge in forward every time. 12 speed along with strong acceleration and braking. Old. Sunhammer Lance Battery. Medium range Lance Battery deal from 60 to 70 damage and it shows an enemy within a wide firing arc. I actually like the distance on the Mazoa, so I'm going to keep that for now. 4 shots, short range, 21 damage. Long range, 3 shots, 21 damage. Kind of like the long range of that as well. 4 short burning plasma torpedoes with 19 damage to the warheads. That can cargo. 5 points of damage on each side. That is a straight downgrade. That can go to cargo. 5 plasmas with 19 damage. They cargo. Not sure about that. I'll ship integrity by that. 11 speed along with strong. That can cargo. Okay. All of that's now in cargo. We have had some slight upgrades. Upgrade for 305 scrap. Of course, it keeps getting more and more expensive. Okay, so we've had a nice bit of an upgrade. We've got some better torpedoes, better weapons, better Starhawk bombers, etc. Let's come back to the Kronos Expanse map. And yeah, that might be... We'll quickly go and get our seal. Do a quick, should we say, one bit of wandering around. We will potentially... Helicos Epsilon. Let's go and... Ah, right, it's on Janus. Coming to invite State Rebel Base. This has some plasteel. Doesn't tell you how much, which is a bit of a shame. Don't know if it does on the top screen, but I feel like it needs to. Oh, hull repair. Accept. We have 7 damage from something. By its state. Usual suspect. We'll find our seal.
what lies beyond.
Who do I speak to about this? How about Attilis Quint? It would be an honor to assist a rogue trader. Wait but a few minutes, your ladyship, and the humble servant will have your seal ready. Here you are, and may the Emperor bless your path. Without the image of humanity on our land, wonderful your ladyship, the people of Janus are indebted to you for ridding our world of heresy. The Emperor, as my witness, Janus will serve. All the Janus can take your breath away, while Fauna can inadvertently kill you.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Of the Imperium. Yeah, what does it look like I'm suddenly discovering somewhere new?
Be proud of me.
Yes, they would. Almost 85%.
Let us see what I found.
What have you found? What have you found? Some goods. Got it, in the bushes.
I've read about this.
Yes, why do I feel like I'm suddenly down to a whole new area?
Look, over there.
Goods.
The machine god grants me insight.
Ooh, and a Charter's Pendant. Wear against 5 Fellowship and 10 Commerce. Dogmatic, Adherent, or above, their Lore Imperium will depend on Fellowship instead of Intelligence, and they gain 10 Lore Imperium. Nice, so hang on. If we... and gain 3 bonus...
Do not dare ask.
Oh, wait, it comes onto this one. The wearer has less than 50% wounds. Every second attack against them is automatically dodged. And if I was to take that away, it still goes off that. I want to pop that round now then. Want... Whereas psi rating is increased by +1 against demons for each rank of dogmatic. Wait, hang on, wait, what do you currently have? +10 toughness. Don't worry about that. Let's give you +1 psi rating against... Gives you +2 psi rating against demons. That is... Didn't actually give these away, which was a bit silly of me. And I want to... I need to give her a... headpiece. Did have... the Fellowship instead of Intelligence. Yeah, that's actually a downside. I'll give you back what you had on. Rather have that hood on Cass. And we get this bonus, which also gives us a bonus to Commerce. And +5 to Fellowship. Fantastic. Let's simply change this then back from newest oldest. Done. Nice.
They will see. Oh yes, they all will see.
Glad I came back. Anything else that I was waiting on doing? Maybe not. We'll find out. The mansion. Have a quick look inside. See how the replacement's doing. If I can remember who the replacement is. Can't actually remember. But the governor's very dead. I know that much. The governor is so very dead. There's nobody stopping me from coming in anymore. It's just an empty room now. Okay. That
In
answers
this tapestry of a world,
that question.
I am the rogue thread.
Yep. Okay, so let's jump away from here and maybe go do a very, very scary space battle. Maybe. I am still truly terrified of void combat. I don't want it to end everything we've done. I mean, it would be hours upon hours of work. I'm still terrified of the inevitable death. It's Well, no, not the inevitable death, because that sounds too defeatist. I am very, very afraid of what may potentially happen if things, say, you know, go wrong. Maintenance room. Now let's just go back to my ship. Return to the void ship. Let's quickly jump back to the bridge. I do apologize because I forgot to give away my trophies before I took the wonderful prizes off Imperial Navy. Let's see if I can get even more equipment off them. That would all be fantastic. The ship's looking pretty good. The ship is looking pretty good. We're getting some bonuses. We're getting some nice little things added. Added on in terms of abilities. Yeah, we'll transportation of some goods, Imperial Navy, reputation. Oh no, I didn't. What are these things all about? Add to cargo. New cargo has been created. But it's not a void trophy, unfortunately. Okay, so I did lie. Those. Okay, so it turns out I was wrong. We can go back to the Chronos Expanse map and... I mean, I'm like taking on a whole void ship station here. Is this a dumb thing to do? I can't say I've gone and done it before. It's kind of new. I do now have my escort, though, for however long he would last. We have been... Not explored, not explored. Foulstone, of course, because there is space combat down here. Augur's Anomaly in the jungle world. Magnetic storms. There's an uncharted system, the Cradle of Kefri. Ooh. Plant servers and cooling systems have reported an incident of sorcery. The shadows in the cabins and the corridors are coming to life. The voidsmen say they see strange, writhing things lurking nooks and crannies. Purify with fire. We're going to go for willpower. 90% chance of each. Willpower test succeeded. A molded void ship held summons in every corner of the haunted chamber. Many voice chants and holy rituals manifested their power, and the demons skulking in the cracks vanished without a trace. We have some void combat. Let's go and do that first. We'll maybe get some more trophies. Maybe get a smidge more reputation, because I think I only need a smidge more reputation. These are going to be enemies... The arch enemy this is going to be, I'm pretty sure. Wait, I think, I hope, maybe, possibly. Oh dear lord, what's going to go wrong here now? Oh, we can only hope. We can only hope. I can test out the bombers. See what they're actually like. Because I know what the fighters were like.
You are going to do better with them in this crew.
3 bad guys. A little bit of lance cannon damage from the end. We've got an Iconoclast destroyer, an Iconoclast destroyer, and an Iconoclast destroyer, it looks like. Ooh, that one punched through a little bit. This guy's just point blank range from the front. Whole bunch of missing. Love that. Void ship ram.
Rip them apart!
Wow. There are fires on board the Swordglass frigate escort we have going. Wow, full-blown void ship ram. I was not expecting that.
Engage the macro cannon!
Let's get rid of him. Punch through some shields. I don't know why I can't launch my torpedoes. That's a little bit weird. And gonna
The
come around to here, quite frankly.
destination is known.
Okay, so slightly shorter range. What is it with this side that I'm attacking it from? That's just weird. Much more damage from a Starhawk bomber, slightly shorter range. Which makes sense, really. Oh wow, he's just gonna hide in here. No, he's not. He's coming out. He's not gonna ram. That would have been quite funny again. Oh. Pyros melter cannons, however, have been launched. Wow, with just like a beautiful convoy.
Symphony of macro cannons.
Victory is ours.
Void Heretic trophies cargo. Yes, Void Heretics, that is good. We also got a Styges pattern macro cannon. Add that to cargo. Don't know if that actually worked. 48 scrap. Okay. Have a quick look. Did that go to... It didn't, did it? Add to cargo. Scan. Note. 7 of my 44 gained scrap. We found just a little bit of experience. Question is, can I a bit more reputation? Because I think I was on the edge of getting the next level. Damage taken. This is an uncharted system. Really? I didn't chart it, did I? And I didn't just jump to the Cradle of Crefrey by accident. Is Janus. It's an uncharted system. Didn't even bother taking a look. Go and visit the system. More void combat for me. A bit more trophies, get a bit more. There's some pirates. We do love pirates. I'm gonna collect some space dust, get some more fuel cargo. Go, 3 more fuel cargo. Go and quickly scan these 2 planets. Jungle? Toxic? Jungle. Hard to tell, it's very green, kind of motley. And over here we have, I've got a beautiful lava world. Anything on it? Nope. Or burning world. Then we have our pirates. Straight into the fight. No conversations, no nothing. Just we're hunting you down, you're dead. Go and take out some pirates. Let's hopefully get some more trophies. And let's try and... I have a feeling pirates give me void trophies. I hope so. Let's get some more trophies. Let's hopefully get some more reputation with the Imperial Navy. There's only one enemy. It's a Falchion-class frigate. Then have a Lance Battery Griffin pattern torpedoes. Firing back.
The enemy's void shield has been nullified.
No, that's not the enemy's void shield, mate. That's my allies. But thanks for the update.
Unleash the fury!
Punched through those shields. No, apparently those shields do slightly still exist. Kami comes through. Wait, I'm slightly out of range. Come one further forward.
Sail upon the seas of void.
We broke their shield, Lord Captain.
Hey, we did finally break through their shields. Let's put those guys
Drown them in the
right
void.
in front of me. Let us turn these guys. Hoping they turn the other way, if I'm perfectly honest. Give me a direction. Doesn't, does it? No, it's completely random. Which, fair, you know. Can't really go and argue with that.
Of course.
I'm gonna stick myself here. Well, hang on. If I come here and aim for this guy, it's gonna come through to here. How about if I come here? It'll also come through to here. If I come to here, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
No escape pods detected. No emergency beacon detected.
All I know is that...
Survivors detected.
Oh, he's just gone back to his starting position. That's hilarious. This thing is definitely going to hit me, which is just rude. Just a bit of unnecessary damage to the ship, basically.
Superiority was obvious.
31 scrap. Obviously, I took a very small amount of damage there at the end. I think it was less than 10, near enough. Oh, there you go. 1 damage. So I made a profit of 30 scrap. Promethium 5. We'll go ahead and take that. Why is this now saying that there's... I don't remember anything coming up when I scanned it. Now it's saying I've got flood victims. Appears a large void ship recently dumped a huge load of junk and faulty parts from orbit. The debris did not burn up in the atmosphere, is now blocking the flow of a mighty river. This dam is causing the river to overflow, flooding a nearby valley. A herd of large, hoofed rodents has gathered along the riverbanks. If the animals lose their usual habitat, they are doomed. Animals will have a chance to... Yeah, we'll do that. The runners run back to their pastures without so much as a backward glance at the people who saved them. But they are welcome. Bonus expanse. Go back to where we're going, then we'll jump on our bridge. Because, you know, you never know. We might get dragged onto our bridge anyway, to be honest. Then we'll jump onto the bridge. We will... want to come up to here, don't we? Let's... I seem to have just not bothered exploring this place either. Haven't even charted new routes. I maybe not have even been here yet, to be honest. We discover anything? Oh, we've got these. I don't know if that's just turned up. But no, nothing particularly came out of that, to be honest. Well, I say that, I did notice a question mark in the bottom right of my screen there. That might have been something. What do we have? We have void ship remains, we have hulks, we have other things. Let's have a quick look at everything. Scan. Experience. Void ship remains. The Augurs cannot determine who the ship we approach belongs to, but the telemetry clearly reveals it is an Imperium vessel. The hull is badly damaged, but there is air in some of the chambers, which means they are hermetically sealed. What are your orders concerning the discovery? Well, hello. We who walk down the same passageways in the same bays day after day, we who are born, live and die to the hum of the ship's machines. We forever hunger for the smallest glimpse of another life. I think I remember this. And for a chance to see the heroes who tirelessly fight for us and for the glory of the Imperium. So let's have a tale about the Lord Captain by the will of the Emperor and the guardian and commander of every good and honest soul upon this void ship. And the time she boarded a vessel named the Fireborn. Like a dead whale cast ashore by the inexorable force of swell, the wrecked vessel was a confronting sight for its unwitting visitors. Some bays still retained an atmosphere, but there was no life anywhere. The ship was dead, its machine spirits dissipated in the darkness of space. It was just the husk left, and the rogue trader's crew would have become scavengers swarming the carcasses of a fallen Leviathan. Our Lord Captain oversaw the expedition personally. She decided. Tech use. Duke's keen eyes scanned the eerie vessel, identifying that the void ship was gravely damaged and was in the process of final erosion. There was very little time to explore it. 3 sectors seemed the least damaged: the bridge, the middle deck, and the service bay. After exchanging a series of trills and warbles in the mysterious and ancient language, the tech priest responsible for the Augurs reported to the Lord Captain that they had glimpsed signs of valuable components in operation in the service bay. Have Idira class feel out a course. With hostile eyes upon her, Idira sank into a trance. When she resurfaced, she reported that the ship had been a victim of the warp. The bridge had suffered worst of all. It was the section that provoked the greatest anxiety and trepidation in the Psyker. The service bay was the least damaged section, though Adira spoke of it with no particular interest. The Lord Captain's next step was... The Lord Captain had to decide which of the 3 teams she would lead, and which 2 would be entrusted to their officers. Let here be known the names of those honest people who stood before our rogue trader in that moment. The taciturn and grave young Ho Son, whose word was as firm as his handshake. Captain Vestes, whose joke will be remembered by everyone on decks 3 to 5. Captain Matina, the senior officer of the 3rd Unit, known to many as Grey Matina. She had been leading units back when the current crop of scouts were snot-nosed kids. No one on deck was in doubt that navigating inside the wrecked ship would be difficult. The units would be separated by kilometers of twisted metal, dead modules devoid of atmosphere, collapsed passageways, and hull breaches the size of a house. The only thing connecting the brave teams would be the delicate thread of a Vox link. And so, after weighing up the options, the Lord Captain chose to go with the bridge. From here on, we will relate the events based on what we have learned from witnesses, the people who accompany the Lord Captain on tour of the dread ship. The shuttle started up one after another and dispersed, each headed for its selected target. An hour spent on cutting through the hull in the freezing vacuum of space, a fussy boarding, and then, finally the rogue trader stepped onto the cold, dark deck of the dead ship. The light of the torches revealed a sign in the gloom, Fireborn. After a minute-long exchange with the Vox Master, who quickly checked the archive, it was established that the dead vessel was that of Captain Nova Van Dane, registered at Kiava Gamma Port. Every minute spent on board threatened to end in disaster. Ship's days or even hours of existence were numbered. From all sides came the sounds of distant crumblings, the floor underfoot trembled every now and then. The Lord Captain hurriedly moved deeper into the compartment when she suddenly felt the slightest puff of air breath against her neck, followed by a soft sigh. Almost as if someone had leaned in close, opened their mouth to whisper a dark, tantalizing secret, and then fallen silent. The only thing was what the Lord Captain stood entirely alone. The Lord Captain summoned all of her willpower so as not to succumb to fear. The Lord Captain summoned all her knowledge of the wicked influence of chaos, choosing to combat fear with cold analysis. Sure. Where simple mortals would already be trembling and weeping, the rogue trader only gritted her teeth. Shrieks and moans could be heard close by, others were gripped by the illusion too. Young Ho Son, the unit captain, barked out orders. His team held back their comrades who had fallen victim to the uncanny terror, and who were struggling to break free and run deeper into the cursed ship. A few minutes passed, and the unit, though scared scentless, was ready to continue. Sound suddenly blared from the Vox, which was turned into the 2nd unit's frequency. The words sounded muffled, as though the person on the other end wasn't speaking directly into the Vox, but desperately pressing the transmit button while occupied with something else. Never seen anything like it. It's beautiful. Hold on. Wait, is it moving? The words were cut off by a strangled wheeze, followed by static. Young Ho Son listened to the transmission and the final rasp with a surprising calm expression, then pressed the Vox button and in a similarly calm voice let loose a stream of florid swearing, which centered on casting aspirations on his interlocutor's intellectual capabilities. Turning to the rogue trader, he remarked, "Apologies, Lord Captain. Captain Vesti from the 2nd Unit is well known for his pranks." "Crap, the Lord Captain's with you," comes Vesti's voice from the speakers, followed by immediately by, "My sincere apologies, your ladyship. I just wanted to spook the guys a little." Leniency and merely ask for a report. He will be severely disciplined. Borderlands Unit's foray had so far proceeded without incident, mystical or otherwise. They had found no survivors from the ship's crew, or bodies for that matter. However, the unit had encountered a problem. Patches leading to the deck section with the arsenal and the storage depot were seriously damaged, especially the power cables. Proceeding further could be dangerous. Logic of 5. Nessie's unit headed off to carry out their orders while the rogue trader and her team continued. After spending several hours wandering down the dead passageways, Young Ho Son's unit and the rogue trader reached the bridge of the Fireborn. The oppressive feeling had not dissipated. It was as though the bulkheads of the ship were steeped in the terror and pain of the people who had vanished without a trace from the decks. On their way there, the unit had found no signs of a struggle or bodies of the crew, and that served only to deepen their unease. After examining the bridge, the scout unit discovered that the captain's principal cogitator was still functioning. The final log entry was identified, a damaged picked recording that no one in the unit was eager to view. Proximity to the cogitator alone was unsettling enough, and with each passing second remaining on the bridge was becoming more and more difficult. Willpower of 40, Lord Captain took a risk and watched the recording. In her final dispatch from Fort, she perished, requested that her family relics be retrieved from a cache on Kiava Gamma. The recording contained a message from Captain Nova Van Dane. It was almost impossible to make anything out in the pict. Only the captain's hand gripped the edge of the table and flashes of iridescent light. The captain was speaking crisply, almost calmly, but there were also short, almost inaudible breaths. Exactly what the rogue traders team had encountered when they had first boarded the ship. And it even seemed as these sounds were not coming from the recording, but from the gloom-drenched corners of the bridge itself. Yamagava has fallen. The Fireborn broke orbit under fire from an unknown enemy and left the system. The Captain Van Dane on the recording, with the tone of an officer reporting to her superiors. We encountered pathological warp activity. The crew is reporting failures in the Gellerfield system. The ship is doomed. Whoever finds this recording, I ask you to hold a prayer service for our souls. I also ask you to take the family relics of the Van Dine line from Kiava Gamma. The relics are stored. The captain then specified the location of a family vault and the access code. The recording ended. There was nothing left to do on the cursed deck. It was time to return to the shuttle. Messages came in from the unit led by the seasoned, unflappable Grey Matina. The captain methodically reported on all the service-based sections her team had already examined. They had found nothing of value. They had found no bodies, there had been no incidents, and the search was proceeding as normal. The unit was waiting for further instructions from the Vox captain. -30. After returning to the shuttle, CC received reports about Fireborn status. The tech priest who relentlessly pierced the wreckage with the Augur's gaze insisted on curtailing the operation as soon as possible, fearing imminent destruction. There were also reports from the other two units. The second unit had succeeded in moving through the danger zone and had returned to the shuttle with a valued payload taken from the dead ship's stores. Grammatina's unit had explored the service bay without incident and, not wasting any time, had marked valuable components for later disassembly and transferred to the rogue trader's ship. We got a hotshot las pistol, cogitator bracer, burn scour beast cured leather. Oh, that's just cargo. That's cargo. Got some long lasses, ancient cogitator core, Mechanicus creations, ship components, bottle of extravagant perfume, miscellaneous cargo, 9 experience. Units assembled at the shuttle. The Lord Captain gave the final order of this grim expedition. Honor the memory of Captain Nova Van Dane and her crew. The last request of the fallen captain had been fulfilled. The improvised funeral began with a brief military salute, and the rogue trader herself recited a prayer for the souls of the Fireborn. Just as any honest servant of the Emperor who had dedicated their life to voyaging through the darkness would honor their fellows and mourn their deaths. Time was up. The scouting party returned to their ship with one last look at the Fireborn. The rogue trader perish. Born in fire, perish in fire. And so what we ended up getting, why is this stuff not automatically going to cargo? That's all it is. What's the point? We had that beautiful picture that was painted for me. Seems to have disappeared. Never mind. Long lass can go to cargo. Las pistol can go to cargo. And that was it. Go. Again. Another beautiful 50 experience. Scan. We have a mystery. The rings. Giant rings on the planet's surface can be observed even from orbit. It has emerged that this planet has a native species of giant insects similar to Terran ants. Just like ants, they sometimes form so-called death spirals, in which one creature follows another without realizing they're going in circles. These were the rings discovered by the ship's observers. The strange phenomenon that was originally suspected to be a sign of the warp activity or nefarious xenostructure turned out to be a quirk of nature, and a tragic one at that. Again. 3 provisions. We'll skip on that for now. We usually do get a lot of provisions, I believe. Go to the Hulk. Detect a wreckage in the void ship's vicinity, but the exact nature of this wreckage remains unclear. Okay. Continue on my journey, then. Map of the Cronus Expanse. Go back there. We are coming towards the end of the stream, unfortunately, but I want to go pick that fight. I really don't know if I do want to go and pick that fight, if I'm perfectly honest. Did I see... No, it's just somewhere we haven't been. It's not a new system. Could have gone there from the last place I was, but I haven't yet. Travel here. Let us the system. Let's load this map. Go back to the bridge. We have some more trophies to give in. We will give those in. Try and get some more reputation. Try and get some more ship components. And we'll potentially go and pick a fight. We do have our escort ship, which hopefully help us out a little bit. The fight could be really easy. I truly don't know, but void combat still scares me a little. You can't break it off. Like, once you're in it, if you realize it's a terrible idea to be in it, it's not like there's any hope whatsoever to escape. So don't get me wrong, there isn't in a normal fight either, but I don't know, I feel... no, not the Cronus Expanse map. My Factotum, Janus Danrock. Transportation of some goods, Imperial Navy, reputation, select tradable. Oh. What? Why are you being so mean? Could have got an archetype macro battery, short range 4 shots, 27 damage, or another long range. We could have been basically improved to the 3 shots, 33 damage on side where we've not quite got as good damage. That doesn't seem to be working for me, which is very weird. Actually not as good. 4 shot burning torpedoes with 27 damage. We'll go 5 melt torpedoes with 27 damage. Okay, so it's not actually too much to jump forward for at this stage anyway. I feel like that person literally just appeared right on top of me. Do have a level. It's not going to go and affect my void combat, however, so let's just jump into the void combat. We'll come back to the levels later. And oh dear lord, protect me. Oh god, Emperor. I know I'm not the most dogmatic of your servants, but protect me in my potential hour of need as I go into void combat with a whole freaking space station. A terrible, terrible idea. We're gonna take our time. We're gonna see what's in front of us.
This icky abyss will
Okay.
win a victory.
We have some Void Lance batteries. We have a control tower. And we have 3 Cobra-class destroyers. I don't quite know what this line is. Series of unaimed shots, long-ranged focused shot, turret rotation. Ah, protective field generator. Facility is a source of energy for the entire base. If it were destroyed, all modules of the base would be significantly weakened. Turret's damage reduced by 50%. Control tower shields deactivated. Control tower. Void station headquarters. Station units would cease hostility action against the rogue trader. It also then actually has shields, though. Okay, interesting. Right, we do have... Micro cannons damage, incoming damage increased by 25%. However, I would love to know the range on some of these things. Range from 15 to 50 cells. Range from 0 to 10 shells. Right, so if I was to get right up next to it, although admittedly you can't get right up next to all of them, but the point is, 50 cells? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I mean, yeah, they can all shoot me from where they are, basically. I mean, the best idea truly is just to charge. Let us... and keep
The Void Master, if you please.
primary target detection. Though you are fire distance from the station, the turrets can still fire at you. On their turn, they will initiate a concerted attack against your void ship. That sounds truly terrifying. We have started to take down the shield generator. Obviously, it's not going to move anywhere anyway. Void-class frigate has a Sunhammer Lance battery, which I do not like. Let us go and start
Fury.
taking that down, quite frankly. Ooh, I don't quite want to get that close to it when I try and blow it up. Although, wait, hang on. I might just be able to... I warp wave this thing. Oh, 1 health remaining. Control Tower gets to go first, then this Cobra Class Destroyer. Okay, well, let's... spin anyway. Let's come to here. Let's port side this guy.
Set course.
The target's void shield has been weakened.
Commence torpedo launch.
Let's launch torpedoes. Let's reinforce the left side shields. Hang on as well. Long range focused shot. 30 to 40. 5 hits of 10 to 15, so that's 50 to 75. So yeah, you probably do want to stay more than 15 squares away, which I think I've just gone and... yeah, I've just gone and stepped inside. Okay. Can't believe he's still standing with 1 health remaining. So annoying. I mean, 1 health remaining still means he gets to do damage, and he goes first. So... oh, yeah. Oh, wow. We're about to be attacked. A lot of void batteries. You know, folks, this really could have been an absolutely terrible idea. Shields plus 20%. I may have just messed up. Okay, instead they seem to have all simply pointed in my direction. So I assume if I can keep going around... what's this one do? Evasion plus 30%, hit chance minus 25%. If I assume if I keep moving around, they simply have to keep turning. At the start of its turn, the turret aims at the Rogue Trader's flagship. I mean, none of them fired, which confuses me a little. If I come to here... nope. I can... hang on, if I don't go anywhere, can I? No. 1 damage has to sneak through. Beautiful. Right, that's him. At least he's not going to be doing any damage to us next round. And then start to turn to your right. Okay. Okay, you can set some Fury interceptors after us. It's the Void Station. Control Tower shields deactivated. So yes, I assume I have to destroy the protective field generator first. Fury interceptors have just popped out for the fight. Not really much damage done there, was there? You got anything else in you? Or is that all you... no, that's all you have, unfortunately. Just has, yes, he just has some plasma batteries. He, on the other hand, has a little bit more. Let us... oh, wait. Let us...
Engage the
what happens? 50%? Damage reduction reduced by 50%, taking out this turret. are doing a fair amount of damage to it.
The destination is known.
Let's focus on the big void ship. He can become this guy's problem. You have basically internal fires, 5 to 10 and 5 to 10. It's just an extra ticking bit of damage. Let's take one step forward. I'm going to go and jump into this gas cloud. Evasion plus 30%. When we do lose some maneuverability and a bit of speed, etc., but that's okay. And I can't put the shields on the left. I'll put the shields behind me. Got nothing to shoot at on the right-hand side of us. Okay, they took out that. He took out him. He span. He span. They got my shields. He hit the... Ouch. Oh yeah, I think I messed up. I think I've messed up. This is, I mean, there's no way I was outranging them. That's for sure. Dude, can you hit the protective field generator, please? And with all of these guys pointing towards me, yeah, that was a huge amount of damage. I evaded none of it. Let us... Can't launch more wings. Well then, can I at least have my torpedoes back? Can be active at a time. Well, there's not one active. It got destroyed. And like these, like it's not giving me my macro flak cannons either. And I would love more torpedoes right about now because I am truly terrified as to face that way. Forward shields, because look how much damage it did to me with my current abilities. Field generator, we will generate our shields. I would love to be able to launch my torpedoes. Press to expand. I don't want to expand. I want my other options. Why my torpedoes just seem to be disabled at the moment, because even at the beginning of the fight it says no torpedoes, but I can launch my Starhawk bombers, and I don't have my flak options for my plasma batteries either. Oh, torpedoes will probably actually do a very nice amount of damage. Okay, on perfectly just over half health.
I know this tremor. Our shields are weakening.
None will lament their demise.
It was my allies. Of course we will lament their demise. Now I'm screwed. Oh. Can't believe it, folks. This is where it ends.
Unleash our fury!
Your power failure to control the tower's shields or deactivating its turrets deal 50% less damage. Not really going to save me at this point, though.
Engage the last! Let the macro cannon sing their twisted song.
Yeah, I really can't. Hey, I can't fly anywhere. Go and jump forward. That's going to particularly do me any joy. In fact, it's not, because I'm now probably going to get damage to the rear back shields. It's going to reinforce them.
Commence the symphony of macro cannons!
Just imagine if I had some torpedoes hitting it round about now as well. Or even just some torpedoes causing a distraction on a field of battle. A new heading that's much of a point. They shouldn't reach me. These ones might. Oh, they're bombers, so actually no, they shouldn't reach me because they're range shorter. Famous last words. This, on the other hand.
Your vessel flies like a bird with broken wings.
Go away.
Let the macro cannon sing their
I revel in the
Oh my days.
spectacle of their
It's him
glittering
gone.
ruin.
Engage the macro cannon! Blast!
No, what have I done? I think I just messed up. No, I didn't mess up. Okay. If I do this, I get to a point. Or, I mean, I can go point blank on it. I don't know if that's a good idea for if it explodes. Don't make me go into the... I'm not going forward into this. It does damage, doesn't it? Damage from 8 to 24. Still can't launch more wings, and I still can't get my torpedoes. Right, I need to turn around. I need to turn around. I need to turn around. Point blank range.
Engage the land!
Oh, I did damage myself anyway. I went... Don't do damage to me. Don't do damage to me. Right, but now we've got these things. Hang on. We've got one enemy left. Is he going to turn to the right or to the left? What do we reckon? Yes! We might have hope. I'm going to go right side shields. He should technically be running away. My God, ladies and gentlemen.
A celestial triumph!
I have 8 health remaining. I have no idea how nervous I was at the end of that. You know, I have no idea how much I had expected that to just be the end of everything. come out with 8 health remaining. Ow. And the cleanup parties are landing in Harry Oak's Rim. What are your immediate orders? Imperial Navy become their outpost. 5,000 reputation with the Imperial Navy. Fellowship of the Void run profit factor. Security plus 15, profit factor minus 1. Or a dogmatic approach. I'm going to give it to the Imperial Navy. Am I? Opponents. Items received. Got none of the mutants survived. Enforcers have turned the station upside down but found no trace of genetic aberration. They look like normal people and their guts look just as normal. You were searching the compartments instead of checking out the life support systems. My crew knocked down a suspicious bulkhead and found an entire mutant lair behind it. Hold your tongue, Montag. Don't try to pass off a stroke of luck as competence. There is a lair after all, but it is unimpressive somehow. All the symbols of the foul faith are simple, crude, a few sleeping bags, primitive weapons, a decrepit Vox station, and almost no records of future planned actions. I was of the opinion that our previous foe posed a greater threat than this. Okay, and then we still get to choose an option for it. So no, I am going to go. Let's give it to the Imperial Navy. Appreciate the gift, and the merchants will extol your ladyship for bringing a new, safe route to the Expanse. Oh my god. Even with everything, I was so close at the end to just straight messing that up by going through the asteroid field. I almost committed suicide and ended this journey right there and then. Hails us, the command, thank you for your cooperation. Reports the station. You bestowed upon the strength of the system. Pirates and heretics flee from patrols to the delight of law-abiding merchants. Oh, nice! We get to pop into here. Reputation is now level 8. Select tradable. Reputation stays at level 8 because it's really hard to get to level 9. We do have all of these options to go. However, we need a lot more profit factor power. However, we did actually look at these. Most of these aren't really that good, to be honest. The flak ammo arsenal upgrade. I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But, oh no, wait, that one is actually better. I've been reading things the wrong way around. That we do not want, however. That, it's short range, though. That's quite nice, though. That upgrades our, the damage of one of our macro batteries. Consists of 4 attack crafts, each of them equipped up to heavy laser turret. 2 rings of Wrath starfighters can be active at a time. Okay, we need some more profit factor. Basically, we need a lot more profit factor. Really, we're getting into the much higher reaches. What is going on here? Contracts. Friendship agreed. People for provisions. Adamantine for profit factor. How are we doing for... No, that's all of my adamantine. Let's not be doing that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we did go and get a whole bunch of pretty void things anyway. What did we get? Disruption Plasma Arsenal allows iconic blasts to be fired from plasma macro cannons. Iconic Blast never score critical hits. When hit, the Iconic Blast immediately removes the target shields from 3 sides, excluding the side furthest from the attacker, and inflicts the ionic effect on the target, reducing its hit and critical hit chances during the next round. Wow, I like that. I'll stick that on there. Let's see if it's actually going to work, because the Flacco Arsenal did not. Kinetic macro cannons. So I guess it's a plasma macro cannon? I mean, do I have a kinetic version? 12 speed along with strong acceleration and low braking. Strong acceleration and braking. In addition, it grants 3 additional void movement points when ramming. I'll pass. Whenever it hits an enemy ship's hull, it has a 50% chance to start internal fires on that ship. Sunhammer Lance Battery. That's the medium range one, though. This is Flak Ammo Arsenal. Pulsar Shield. Fighters deck, Fury, Interceptors, and the maintenance deck component. And this I haven't actually seen yet somehow. Provides void ship weapons with targeting data granted 85% hit chance and 10% critical chance. This is a lower mission auger, which makes the void ship more difficult for enemies to hit, increasing evasion by 15%. Let's do it. This is my chance of being hit. Starhawk bombers. One wing of Starhawk bombs can be active at a time. That actually means active during any singular void combat we have just gone and figured out. It does not say, however, that it blocks off torpedoes. But it seems to, because I have launched torpedoes before launching fighters before. I don't know, there just seems to be a small problem with things in the middle. Vulnerability scan, shield pulse. It loses several of its charges. So shield pulse. Right, heavy void craft armor. Each attack craft launch from a torpedo tube, and each torpedo gain +1 hull integrity. Improved ram. Torpedoes and attack crafts gain 60% evasion against enemy attack craft attack, and 20% evasion against all other attacks. Firing the void ship requires 50% less scrap. Restart shields now inflicts only a -2 speed reduction and no firing range penalty. Shield restarts now inflict. Yeah, that's what we just looked at. Steady hand. There's 20% chance its cooldown will be 1 round shorter. Take it all. The flagship now collects 10% more scrap from destroyed ships. We've got 50% less scrap required. I'm going to go for 50% less scrap required. That is a bigger turnaround overall. Okay, so a full repair only costs me 100 now, as opposed to 214, or I suppose 213, because if it costs 214, we're dead. And I could have actually done that before. I just went and did a very hefty repair, which cost me 100 odd scrap. But, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump back to our bridge. The Imperial Navy has a new station for them to use. They are most indubitably welcome. And on that, ladies and gentlemen, on that very dramatic end, I mean, seriously. Things went almost so horribly wrong. Almost the end of our Grim Darkness playthrough, but we held on somehow, and I truly do not know how. It was... I clearly picked the right strategy from the beginning, or simply got lucky. I'll let you choose. And it managed to work out by the end. And so on that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining us. I hope you have enjoyed it. And until we see you again, I hope that you will stay safe, happy, and healthy.